podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm hustling, every day I'm.
He's a savage, he's an animal. He's a different breed of person. It's not like us.
Why is he ducking George Foreman? He's already a tramp. He ain't no tramp. Around here driving, making a business out of it. I'm a champion. I fight everybody, every month, all of them. TheBoxingVoice.com.
Get the fuck out of here, man. Please.
Canelo, are you ready? ¿Está preparado? I was born ready.
Considered by many to be, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world today. 4 division, 5-time world champion.
Oh, look at this guy.
He is now boxing's first ever undisputed super middleweight champion of the world.
Damas y caballeros de Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico.
¡Viva México, cabrones! You know my level. And you will see. Because I'm gonna fuck out everybody.
You know, I would love to fight Canelo. I would love to show the world that I'm the best.
I want to get Canelo out here to Houston. So Canelo, where your cojones at?
When Benavidez gets cooking, it's like fighting an octopus.
El Bandera Roja, David Benavidez.
To everybody that's in 168, you know, I'm coming for everybody. It doesn't matter who it is. Charlo, Caleb Plant, Canelo, I'm coming for all of them.
Canelo hell of a fighter. But it's my personal thing. He's ducking Benavidez.
I think everybody wants to see me against Canelo, right?
David Benavidez.
Yo, he's a beast.
This brother right here. I'd like to see Canelo against somebody like that.
I definitely like punishing and hurting individuals. That's what I love to do.
And now Benavidez unloading.
I got a lot of power too, and I throw punches and punches, and I don't get tired.
The jab, leads with the right, and there's that hand speed.
I'm ready to fight whoever, whenever. I can beat Canelo tomorrow, and I can beat Charlo tomorrow too.
The big Charlo want to get it too?
So Charlo would be the alternative.
He don't want to get in the ring with me because he's a pussy, that's why.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
I've never liked Caleb Plant. It's never been a secret. I never liked Caleb Plant. At the end of the day, I'm not nobody's friend. I don't want to be nobody's friend. I'm here to knock people out. And if you don't want to get knocked out, don't mention my name. In this game, it really is kill or be killed. You know, it's either you or me. And I pick me all the time.
Finish him.
SDS promotion.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nesta Gibbs, solo, dolo, Scarface, no Manolo. Danny is on his way. We'll get to him when he gets here. Right now, we are here to discuss Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Canelo Alvarez, suggesting that Dimitri Bivol is a tougher fight than David Benavidez. He went as far as using the word easier when it comes to David Benavidez and a fight with Canelo. He says that Canelo would have an easier time with David rather than with Bivol. So that's going to be our poll, and that's going to be the topic of conversation. I'm going to ask you guys, which fight do you think is tougher for Canelo? Is it the David Benavidez fight, or is it the Dimitri Bivol fight, which obviously Eddie Hearn seems to believe is the tougher fight? This is what we're going to be talking about off the back of, obviously, David Benavidez's big win over Caleb Plant this past weekend, live on Showtime pay-per-view. So, is David Benavidez an easier fight for Canelo? Or should I keep it to what Eddie said? He said easier than Bivol. Easier than Bivol. You know? So is an easier fight than Bivol for Canelo. And yes, David is the easier fight. Right? That's what we'll go with. And option number 2, no, David tougher fight than Bivol. Then, do we do equally the same? Can they both be equally the same toughness? Meaning, like, can a fight with David and a fight with Bivol be equally as tough for Canelo Alvarez? What other options should we put? Let me see in the live chat. And if you're just joining us, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's going to help. I see you on Twitter. You're all alone there, my friend. That means I got to put the pressure on you. I need you to retweet it. Only the strong, baby. I need you to retweet the space so you can grow it. If you're watching this on YouTube, I need you to smash that thumbs up button so that you can activate that algorithm. On Discord, salute. What's going on? Keem the Dream. What it do? So, yeah, I need some options. Yes, David is the easier fight. No, David tougher fight than Bivol. What else? What else do we got? Give me some options, fellas. Give me some options. Do we go with David and Bivol equally as tough? That fit. What else do we put? I guess maybe right now we only got 3 options. I have an option. Neither fight happens. Okay. Okay, Mr. Negative. Mr. always wants to talk about Euro fighters and get mad when they get no love. And here he is being negative. I don't even know why he got that answer because I'm sure the Bivol fight will happen. But look, we gotta interact with our community. That's what he feels is one of the choices, and we ran with it. So our poll is live right here on youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. The numbers are live. You could call in via Twitter, Discord. You want to get it off your chest. I'm gonna pull up some quotes to give you the details here on Eddie calling this an easier fight than Bivol. And I believe this was with Boxing Social that he did this interview, if I'm not mistaken. We'll get those exacts now. But that's the actual quote, and I quote, Bivol easier than, David easier fight for Canelo than Bivol, end quote. So, you know. But this is also why I love Eddie. For any fighter, he's always out there doing his job as a promoter. You know, he's always out there making your brand bigger, you know, talking highly of you in the media when you guys are, you know, obviously on good terms. But Hearns did point out that Canelo did a better job when he beat Keller Plant. So people are going off of that. Not just Eddie, but fight fans as well. It's like, well, you know, Canelo had a better performance in their eyes. I don't necessarily see it that way. Yeah, Canelo stopped Keller Plant, but a lot of us had Keller Plant up on the scorecards right before those knockdowns and knockouts. So, you know, I'm not sure I can say that Canelo did better, or, you know, I think both performances were equally dominant. And I think, you know, both performances showed both men's skills and ability. But to say that Canelo did it better when David obviously battered Caleb Plant, it was visible that he was in a tough ass fight. Whereas with Canelo, Caleb didn't feel battered. He didn't feel threatened. He felt comfortable, and that's why he had a conversation with Canelo. Canelo had to turn it up. So, yeah, Canelo showed us he could turn it up. He showed us that, you know, if you think you're comfortable, he can make it uncomfortable. But David did that from the beginning. If you watch my live fight chat, I said, yo, it feels like round 9 in the Canelo fight, and we only in round 4. So I don't know that Canelo did it easier. I don't know that Canelo did it better, but I do have a little bit of audio from Radio Raheem and our good friend here, Eddie Hearn. Let me see here. Is that the right one? That didn't work. All right. All right. That didn't work. Cool, cool, cool. I'm trying to get you this audio, but let's try this.
Did you see what Canelo Alvarez did to?
Yeah, that's not coming out. Come on. No, not yet. So Danny arrived. Come on by, champ. How are you? Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. Yes. Let me see here. I'm going to have to do this another way, unfortunately. All right. That's okay. We'll get it done. All right, bearing with me. I just want to be able to show you this quick soundbite from Eddie Hearn. And here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah, that should be working, but it's not.
I could tell you what is working.
What?
One of your employees, because Ken already downloading the footage I sent him of Dev last night.
What you got on your lips, bro?
What I got on my lips?
Got like, oh, definitely some sort of makeup or ash. Got like a tiger stripe. No, seriously.
I do?
Yeah, fuck I'm alive for. Why can't my shit start?
Damn.
What's going on here?
Let me see. You got me, Good morning, everybody. Shit.
All right. Well, I do have the audio, but for whatever reason, I can't play it today. But yeah, I don't know. This is not working. So strange.
But good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody.
How are you?
Man, I'm alright, man. Tired, fucking.
Nice sweater.
Thank you, man. Shout out to Hardin. You know, on a rough start, rough morning like it was this morning for me. You know, some Hardin in my system.
Took care of everything?
Yeah, man, really helped get me going on my way here. Shout out to Hardin for just always being there for us, man. Very, very, very clutch. Late night in the gym and bro, 18 fucking alarms I slept through.
Wow.
Before I finally woke. 18 fucking alarms, man. But what are you gonna do, man? Shit happens, right?
Maybe that's why it wasn't working. I just noticed my phone had been screen recording for 45 minutes.
Shout out to Ness.
Hopefully now, and it's saving this. It's still saving. That's how big that recording is. So we got to save it, delete it, then try that again to give you the audio. But Danny, you're late. Canelo obviously is the topic. David Benavidez obviously is also the topic because of the big fight this weekend. But Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Canelo, saying that a fight with David is easier than a Bivol fight.
Yeah, man. Eddie is doing his job, bro.
That's
I'm
what I
not
said.
mad at him. Eddie's doing his job. He's promoting. You know, what are you gonna do? Do I expect Eddie to say something different? No. Do I believe Eddie? You know, it's one of those things. I just saw Benavidez, honestly just beat on Caleb. You know what I'm saying?
Would you say better than? Because he seems to think Canelo did it better. I'm trying to get this audio to play once we delete this
I
fucking
will
hour-long screen record.
feel like Canelo did it in a easier fashion, but you got to understand, like, David did it through the course of 12 rounds.
All right, for whatever
You
reason,
know, like
this ain't working.
like
listening.
Canelo dropped him, he gets up, and then it was over, right? Like, he stops him. For David, it's like he just, especially the second half of the fight, it was just intense for the second half of the fight on David's behalf. Like, he was just coming forward. We saw how much clinching Caleb had to do, holding on and things like that. Like, if you ask me, like, if I was in Caleb's shoes, I would have rather been in the Canelo fight, where it's like, cool, you just got me out of there and it's over, instead of getting beat on, for 12 rounds. Granted, he had a lot of success, and I thought he was up at the halfway mark, but the second half, it wasn't good. So, I would understand why some say uh, David did it better. Could totally see that. And I could totally see why Eddie is saying that uh, Benavidez would be easier. Um, it's simple, man. Fucking Dimitri already beat Canelo. So it's like, this is a guy in a bigger weight class that's already beat us versus fighting you in our weight class. We have a similar opponent. There's film to study. I got to get my get back. So I think that's why Eddie is saying that it's harder, because it's not just the fight defeated. So I feel like for Eddie it's it's an easy sell to say that. And he's supposed to. He's Canelo's promoter. But obviously not many people are going to buy it. Not many people are going to agree with Eddie. Not many people are going to say,
You think so? I think based off, Sunday and Saturday's calls and a sprinkle of Monday, and I mean callers from our show, there were a significant amount of undercover Canelo fans that were calling to be overly critical of the performance of David.
Oh, wow.
Oh, overly critical. I mean, someone called in literally saying, how can you call yourself a monster if you don't get a knockout? I mean, Canelo got a knockout. You're not a monster, Ness. He's like, don't monsters kill? And I'm like, bro, but that was a beat down. He's like, but he didn't kill him, so he's not a monster. And it's like, all right, champ, he ain't a monster then.
Well, let's see the early poll. 187 votes. Why is there not 187 likes? Y'all some fucking
I know. This is like every day. I have to remember to put in the poll. Hit the like button first.
So 56% of the people are saying David is the easier fight.
Wow.
30% feel that David and Bivol are equally as tough. 10% are saying no, David is a tougher fight than Dimitri. And 4% say neither fight happens. Y'all, so that 4%, y'all just hating.
Yo, good point by United. He said, they said, Caleb got better after the Canelo fight. And a lot of people thought that when they would call in to make predictions, that's what they would say. Well, he fought Canelo, so he got better. You want to assume that he learned something in the Canelo fight, that he grew from that Canelo fight. So if that's the case, doesn't that mean that David got a better version of Caleb? Or a better version than what Canelo got? He learned. I feel like he learned how to use that probe hand.
I don't know.
Yesterday I was watching some Caleb highlights, and when he was doing this, right, he would slip, and then he jab, and it was like a highlight of Canelo just dipping all that shit. Whereas at least with David, he has success holding it there and closing the distance and holding them, as a way to nullify the offense.
Yeah, it's one of those things, right? It's all wordplay, brother. It's all wordplay.
Promotion.
And it's all I'm just saying it's all wordplay and up to interpretation because it's like, was he the better fighter? What do you define by better? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was definitely the more experienced fighter in that fight. I think he was a tougher fighter in the Benavidez fight than he was in the Canelo fight. You know what I'm saying?
He certainly showed more grit and toughness, and I think
there was no talking in this one. You get what I'm saying?
Shit, David was certainly talking.
Well, no, I'm saying there was no how good am I or I'm not that bad, huh? You know what I'm saying?
And that's why I feel the opposite of what Eddie is saying, Danny. I feel like because there was none of that, David had the better version. Like, Keller felt like he was winning.
On many people,
he felt like he was winning.
You talking about with Canelo?
Of course.
Yeah, but a lot of people did have him winning,
and that's my point.
So
how can Eddie say Canelo did better when we had him winning, and it took Caleb to make a mistake and talk slick in the ring during a live fight for Canelo to turn it up. David made fourth round feel like the ninth round. And Caleb had to mentally be in the ninth round ever since the fourth round. Like, I don't know that was an easier fight for Canelo. I think if you ask Caleb, he had a tougher time with David. It was more brutal. He got battered. He's bruised, bro. He had that knot behind his head. That shit was big as hell. People ain't notice it because of the head. That shit was big. Then his ear was fucked up. He went to the hospital. We didn't report that. He went to the hospital. So, yeah, he's good, but he had to go to the hospital. I don't know that this was an easier fight. Now, would it be an easier fight for Canelo? Because, again, it's like Danny said, this is all wordplay. What does Eddie mean? Is it an easier fight for Canelo? I don't know. I don't think David's an easy fight for anybody, but I get why the Canelo superfans would assume that, because David in this fight gave off the perception he's a slow starter. He gave up a lot of rounds in a lot of people's scorecard, But I was watching a Samson Lewickovic interview, and he's not really some genius or nothing. Because
I just had to confirm just because it's like, you kind of brought that up when we said who did it better. Mm-hmm. Caleb also went to the hospital after being knocked out by Canelo. So.
I was watching a Samson Lewickovic interview from like January, where he gave his prediction. It's pretty much what everybody thought. Later rounds, Benavidez would come on. Earlier rounds, Caleb would do his thing. Obviously, he was wrong in his prediction because he thought what we all thought, that Benavidez would get the stoppage late. But he pretty much seen how this fight would go back then when the contracts first got signed. And he's also a promoter, so he's also saying favorable things about his fighter. But what was interesting is that he said if Canelo vacates, there's already a signed agreement to fight David Morrell for a unification.
That's not his guy, right?
No, that's Louis the Kubus.
Louis' guy.
But Morrell would be elevated to super, obviously. and so will David. They're both interinos, campeón interinos, so which means interim, and they would be elevated to full champions, and then the PBC has a unification on their side of the street.
Email champs.
If you want to keep that going.
I
know you want to keep the same energy, but at the same time, if you give it life, you give it existence. That was just an insecure person that didn't want to fight another person that invented that phrase. No one's used it since he lost.
Man.
It's just the truth. But there's always... Charlo was the first email champ. The problem is these people don't have the balls to tell him he's an email champ. But Jamal Charlo received this belt via email when Canelo accepted franchise. It's just, Devin's smaller. He's easier to pick on. He's light-skinned. Dudes be trying to play light-skinned people out here. Y'all know how it go. Have you hit the thumbs up?
Why not?
Exactly. Phone lines are open if you want to call in and voice your opinion.
Yo, did you tell him that there's a chance that 36 hours from now we'll be in London?
We kind of talked about it yesterday on Untitled. I mean, we definitely talked about it on Untitled, remember?
Yeah. Untitled, though. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't send your email.
I know, I told him, and he said it was coming. I'm like, okay.
The number is 425-569-5241. You could also check in on Twitter Spaces, on Discord, and obviously the number we just stated. Don't forget to smash that thumbs up button, as it helps with the visibility of the show. It puts this episode in the eyes of other boxing fans, giving them an opportunity to call in and voice their opinion, give us their thoughts on the current topics. We're going out to Harlem World. Get yourself together, champ. Buenos dias. Buenos dias.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Subscribe to youtube.com/theboxingvoice for the latest and greatest interviews with your favorite fighters.
What up, champ?
I'm going to have to time you out, my guy, because what fight was you watching that Plant was... I'm going to just remove your comment.
What is you talking about?
They said Plant was losing after the 3rd round.
In which fight? Canelo?
It don't matter. He wasn't, you know what I'm saying? He was in both fights halfway through.
Yeah.
Halfway through, he was in both fights.
I mean, but you got to remember, you can't time him out because scoring is subjective.
No.
Bro, scoring is subjective.
I mean, it's subjective, but come on. He wasn't losing, after the 3rd round.
Yeah, but even if the majority seen him winning, there's still going to be some...
And that's why I ain't telling him out. I just removed this comment.
Harlem World.
Because I don't want negative... false comments.
How's it false? That's his opinion. What up, Harlem?
Shout out to my man Danny too. I tried to tune into your F1 stream, but the Fire Stick wasn't fucking with me that day. But
appreciate it, champ. Appreciate it. What up with you?
Is my man Caleb Plant okay? Like,
he alright. So right he look alright. He look alright from
outside of just that one little post. Like, has he?
I can say that I have spoke to his photographer, the same guy that was with him throughout camp and fight week and fight night and everything. He said he good. He said he good. That he was out the hospital quick. That they it was just pretty much like
procedure.
Like checking on just a checkup type shit. Just make sure certain things were straight. He was able to go home to his wife and his daughter, thankfully. And
shit is looking bad.
You know what I'm saying? He said he's straight.
Damn, I forgot my other question. But shit, I'll call in another time. Good show. I gave y'all likes on both my little YouTube joints.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for the support. Hopefully the rest of the people listening, hear you and do the same. We going out to Jonathan in Hollister.
Yeah, they said that you turned them out before because they called you a hater.
I don't
How you
know what the.
doing?
Hey, what's going on,
And
Jonathan? How
and
are you,
and
brother?
that was his opinion, but
I'm
you
doing
didn't
good.
care. What up, Jonathan?
Everything turned out pretty good. I didn't get to go. I didn't get to watch the main fight, but I went to Sacramento. I went to Fresno to watch Jose Ramirez and Sinessa Estrada and Raymond. Because I know
Murataya.
those people a little more, so I didn't stay home to watch the big fight. But I wanted Plant to win, but he didn't, and the monster pulled it off. And all, everybody was happy. And Cobra, I had Cobra winning, but they say he was kind of a controversial there. So I really didn't watch none of this stuff, and I haven't really tuned into YouTube. But I had a good time in Fresno. We got work over there with an Eddie Hearn signed fighter, and man, Trouble just took it to man. I melted, brother. I'm telling you, my little fighter is different. We saw this guy is signed, bro, with a big contract, and we belittled them. You know what they did? They had a camera crew there to film this stuff to get highlights for their crew. They told us not to film. We said, they're telling us what to do now because they're got a little bit light shining on them, which I didn't really like. But nevertheless, they got their highlights all right. It was badass. I couldn't believe it. But anyway, I don't want to mention the guy's name, but he is signed with Eddie Hearns, and he's a 135-pounder. Trouble's going to be bigger than that, though. We're at 6 foot now. We're running around at 145. So we're the kid is a full-grown man that we went against. So we just turned 18, and Charles handled it real good. He's not like me. I'm a little outgoing. I like to tell people, hey, man, don't tell me what to do. I don't like that shit. Charles is more reserved than me. I don't know. Me, I'll burn a little bit of cannabis, and man, I'm like a hawk, bro. I'm telling you. And it was fun watching the
We gotta
Gilroy
smoke
kid,
one day. You gotta come with Trouble. You gotta come out here.
Hey, I'm admiring your.
Yeah, I'm saying you gotta come out here when he
baseball bat.
Oh, the baseball bat, yes. Yes, it's funny. It's funny you brought up baseball bat. I grew up playing baseball. I never was any good. I played second base because I didn't have the arm of a shortstop, right? But there's a line of baseball bats, and they just made one designed like a fucking blunt. So it's $300 though. Cause it's a real it's a company.
I'm getting a raw baseball bat. I got a plug for that raw baseball bat. So the guy's working on it for me right now.
Oh, yo,
I've been doing rinse, man. I've been burning on some nice rinse, some white rinse coming from Humboldt.
Nice.
Ness isn't a fan of the runts.
Yeah, the nug's too small.
Hey, yeah, I love it, man. Hey, that salsa T-shirt right there. My boy knows that coach. He's a Mexican coach over there in New York.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal
he's the one
guy.
That coaches Colbert.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
sir.
Yeah, no way. My son be knowing everybody, man. I'm gonna send him back to Philly to rub shoulders with the main man, Boise Ennis. That's my man, dude. That's my measuring tape. Trouble's got to go over there to get the work, the best work. Nobody in California's got that kind of work, champ. I'm telling you right now. They just ain't got it. Vegas got it. I would go to Vegas. I got to send him over there.
So he's 18 now. Are you going to get him moving or what?
No, we're gonna stay here. We just like to travel to get the best sparring. If I have to save some money to send the boys, pretty soon I won't have to be saving money because good things will be happening for us real soon. Trouble's on it, man. I'm telling you, he destroys people. Literally, his jab is, and his defense is impeccable. Totally impeccable. Hey, I put my dollars up against the best over there, man. I want him. I want him to spar all them guys that are in Vegas, including Haney and
he sparred Haney already.
Shakur, I want to get those guys to work with us, but they're hard to work with, man. Those two, they're not like Boise. Boise's an outgoing, cool dude, man. Down to earth. He's a soldier. That's the kind of guys I served with in the military. That they don't have no this Mexican black and this white, but I don't like that shit. It's boxing, man. It's boxing, and it's about that T-shirt right there, green. It's about that green
money
right there on that T-shirt. You got to be able to cash your check, brother. That's what that defense comes in. Your offense is on your paws. Your defense comes from your brains, and you got to be smart. You just can't be a rock and sock boxer. You got to be trained, man, with footwork, intricately. Every move has to be done intricately, drill after drill. Trouble's got 11 years of solid drilling. No missing days. The kid just turned 18. He's one of the best. You guys watch his films on. Look at the speed in the mitts. I know everybody goes, well, mitts, what's mitts? I go, but we can fight. I'm just showing you something. We do mitts in a different way. We move people differently. I got a lot of guys that could. We got girls that could do mitts real good, but they ain't moving the fighter right. I can tell, man. I know. I've been around this game for a little bit. It don't take a rocket science to become a journeyman. It's just like in the Carpenters Union. It takes a little while. Or the military. Ask your ring walk there. He'll tell you when he first got there, he's a little intimidated. Then when he starts to get in the groove, bam, he was the man.
Jonathan, that is the bell. I got to get to some other callers, but we appreciate you calling in, man.
All right.
God bless you guys. You have a good day and keep doing the great job you're doing, man. I'm in your corner.
Thank you.
Likewise, man. Congrats on the success with your grandson. Big Super Max, Plainview. What up?
Yo, first off, I want to nominate Jonathan for Call of the Year already, man. I really enjoy his calls. They're good as hell.
What up, Super Max? What up, Max?
You know, it's Eddie, this fighter.
Max, why you ain't got no hibernation 5s, man? You sound like you swimming and shit. Damn.
For real, I'm on the phone itself.
He said
I'm not
for
even
real.
on a headset.
You ain't on no phone itself. You got a fucking Android if you on the phone itself, homie.
Nah, don't play with me. You know, I got all the blue tech.
The blue tech. Talk to us.
Anyways, from a stylistic standpoint, I think you could say where stylistically David's style is easier than the Eastern European style that's given Canelo trouble. You know, you got the second Triple G fight, you got the Bivol fight, even the third Triple G fight, he didn't perform as well as we all thought. So that style gives him trouble. David's a come forward guy, someone he can counter punch off of, land of the body. He's gonna walk to Canelo. That's that fits his style better. I think when you compare performances, you're doing the triangle theory, and that's never. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of that. You could say that I think David did better, but Plant also, you give Canelo credit for the knockout, but I think Plant was trying his damnedest not to be knocked out versus David Benavidez. Neither one of those fights, though, Bivol or Benavidez, is easy. At the world championship level, with guys like that, I don't think either fight is easier. They bring their own problems. So I think it's Eddie being Eddie, man. He's got to sell us. From what I understand, there was a tweet put out yesterday that the Bivol fight is damn near finalized. So he's getting ahead of it, trying to kind of quell the momentum and, stay on top of it before it gets too big. So I'm hoping for the best of next May. We'll get David and Canelo. That's if somehow Canelo gets past Bivol, though. I actually believe Bivol may stop Canelo in a rematch, especially at 175 pounds. He was starting to really put it on him in the last fight. So we'll see how that plays out. Hey, yo, Danny, how's the weather looking up there, man? You think it's going to warm up by next week?
By next week? Well, today I think it's like a high of 70.
You back out here?
It's the mornings, though, brother.
Yeah, next weekend.
Oh, yeah? For what? Was a fight out here? Isn't there a fight out here? No, that's
No,
Rolly's next month.
No, I'm just hanging out. Me and the old lady gonna take a little trip. I took the first trip, just me and my brother last time, and kind of doing a makeup trip. So we're gonna hope. I'm hoping the pool's open and stuff out there.
The pools are open. The pools are open.
Mine's is open. You want to freeze?
Yo, so I'll tell you, like,
Goddamn.
so I'm looking at my 10-day forecast. So Thursday next week, it says low of 47.
Oh, wow.
High of 73.
But Danny knows a heated pool year round.
Yeah, you got to go to Circa, brother. And I love Circa because that's 21 and over. So
21.
So they check they check your ID once you enter the property, never ID you again. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, so people be getting snuck in there.
Nah, no, they're super strict. I love it, bro. And that's where they have the 3-story sports book, and then the pool is 6 pools and 2 big ass like jacuzzis, and they have the TVs outside with all the games and shit like that.
Oh, word. I hit you up when I'm back out there. Yeah, I'm out there next weekend though, fellas.
And all the fights, and they show all the fights for free too. So like
champ.
next weekend, if you take your girl there, you'll be able to see. You get what I'm saying? The Shakur card, the Zone Bam card in San Antonio, and the Fedora card there in the pool with your old lady next to you, a fat ass Corona in your hand,
Corona.
in a heated pool. You get what I'm saying? As the sun is setting in Vegas.
Set.
Oh yeah, see, that sounds nice. Yeah, I'll get with y'all when I'm out there next week, fellas.
All right, brother.
All right. Yo, you got to do the helicopter ride in Grand Canyon, bro. I don't do that funny shit, but, for the romantics.
Yeah, my uncle, he came out here for his 20th anniversary.
I ain't going down like that.
Yeah, and they got picked up in a limo, bro. And then they took him to the helicopter spot, and then the helicopter landed at the bottom of the Grand Canyon. And then there was a table
down there.
It was a table right there waiting for them, and then they did their little thing, whatever they had. I don't know what they had.
Grapes and wine and shit.
Yeah, whatever.
Grapes and wine.
But yeah.
Damn, he married her. That was his wife already?
Yeah, that was a 20th anniversary.
Yeah, he was going to bed.
And you know what was crazy?
What's that?
Bro, he booked this shit like 8 months in advance.
You got to, something like that.
Like, no, because he
Bro,
went.
They put a table in the Grand Canyon.
No, he went big baller like the whole time he was out here, right? They've been wanting to do Vegas, whatever. So his shit was already booked in advance. But watch this. Why the fuck? Like 2 days before he was supposed to get here was the Las Vegas the mass shooting.
Oh.
Yeah.
So that definitely put a scare on things.
It did, but
like in terms of shutting shit down.
Yeah, of course. But I told them, I'm like, yo, it's probably the best time to come because it was over secure. After you got to think about,
and more people was home. Like fuck that, I ain't going out.
Hey, bro, I remember we was able to go to a very nice steakhouse on a Friday, like just walk in, like, and it was empty. Something that you don't really see. You get what I'm saying? Like typically. Those nicer steakhouses on the strip, you talking reservations at least 2-3 weeks out, unless you know somebody. So, yeah, man, that week it was interesting. But
I found the clip, and I think I know how to share it now with audio. So we'll get to that.
Let's get
Mexican
to it.
monsters.
So he starts off saying, "You want to talk about Mexican monsters?"
And let me talk about Mexican monsters. Did you see what Canelo Alvarez did to Caleb Plant? He put him out, right? And Benavidez is a great fighter, but there's a difference between hitting him with everything and putting him out cold.
Yeah, so what's your thoughts? That was what I wanted to share. That was a little bit of the audio that we were able to find of Eddie basically comparing the performances and once again stating that it would be an easier fight for Canelo to face David Benavidez versus taking on a Dimitri Bivol. So this is what we're talking about. Phone lines are open. We're going out to Khalid in Indiana.
Let us know what you think,
What up?
Khalid. Talk to us.
Man, I think that Bivol, just because he's the bigger man, I think that'll be like a more difficult fight. I think that David is like the light. I mean, I'm sorry, Bivol is the light heavyweight. So I think that just strictly off that, I don't think that's well. And I think Bivol is like a more technically sound fighter. I think he's a little more skilled than David. But that's not to say David is light work, because David is a problem. David is the Mexican monster. So, but just strictly off the fact that he's the bigger man. Shit, I think Bivol might be the bigger man against David. So yeah, bro, that's my call.
Bivol might be the bigger man against David. I don't know about that. This is exactly why I want Al to put it off for the Bivol and the Eddie. See what they say. Like, if you put out an offer that they can't turn down, that an offer that Eddie has to show Bivol, and Bivol has to entertain, bruh, move and pick, man. Throw David in the mix. Let him fight fucking Bivol right now while Canelo's busy.
I'm trying to think. Like, at the times I've seen Bivol, I'm like, could he be bigger than David?
Bro, the way David talked, he beat the shit out of Bivol in sparring. Just bottom line. The way he talked, he beat the shit out of him. Sparring is sparring, but we know David's intensity. Sparring is only sparring when you not in shape. David ain't never not been in shape. You could think back to the time he missed weight, but that don't mean not in shape, because not in shape to me is being gassed, not being able to throw punches, low output, low activity. That's never him. He's the exact opposite of all that shit. So yeah, man, I don't know. I got the man on Twitter Spaces. Hold on, the man. Seems like for whatever reason, we're gonna have to disconnect and reconnect. It's like some everyday thing with them. What up? You there?
Yeah, Twitter Spaces
Y'all hear me?
been tripping.
Yes, sir.
We hear you.
Yo. Okay, y'all can hear me. How y'all doing today? Good morning.
We are good, man. Good morning to yourself.
He said
Thank
good
you.
morning to yourself.
Thank you. So I'm calling in about the question y'all asked about the Benavidez versus Canelo, or no, I'm sorry, Benavidez versus Canelo, and then Benavidez versus Bivol, or Canelo versus Bivol. I'm sorry,
Well, we're talking more about Eddie Hearn believing that Benavidez is an easier fight for Canelo than Bivol. So,
right.
We want your opinion on who you think is a tougher fight for Canelo.
Absolutely. So it just kind of depends, because with Benavidez, you got the kind of style he's a Mexican monster. He's coming to beat you up and, tear you down and, trying to stop you. He's probably going to try to make a statement versus a Canelo versus Bivol. I mean, we seen in the last fight, it was good enough for him to win. So he might just be trying to like outbox him, outclass him, and that'll be sufficient enough. So if you're talking like a winning standpoint, he got less of a chance to beat Bivol, because I feel like Bivol got way better boxing skills than him. But with Benavidez, I feel like he'll still lose, to be fair, but I feel like he's got a chance to win, because it's going to be like a war, because Benavidez is going to be in your face all night, if you get what I mean.
For sure. Do you think that either fight happens? There's a lot of chatter of Bivol, Canelo being almost finalized and how much Canelo wants the rematch, but he did lose. Do you think he takes the challenge of David Benavidez, and does he really even do this rematch?
I think he will. I mean, we got to give Canelo his credit. I mean, he does fight. It's not like he doesn't fight, great fighters. He lost to Bivol, yeah, but I mean, he did say he was trying to right his wrong. He's been talking about that more than the Benavidez, so I see him fighting Bivol. And then, they just signed Edgar Berlanga, so I feel like it could be like Ryder, then Bivol, then Edgar Berlanga, more so than Benavidez. I don't think Benavidez gets the fight, but I feel like Benavidez is a big enough star to do his thing without Canelo, to be fair. I mean, it looked like he packed the house. All the stars were out last weekend. I mean, if he fought like a Demetrius Andrade or a Charlo,
you ain't lying. Like, bro, I can't take Gervonta's name out of it. I don't remember the last fight with all them people there. Like
But they was all PBC people. At the end of the day, that don't mean Al didn't send a
not
mass
true.
text out like, yo, y'all all got to show out. We need y'all. This is a big fight. We got to make it look like one. Wilder, come out. Tank, come out. You know, come
Charlo.
out.
Yeah, but
Come out.
You gotta think.
You all my team. Come out.
Yeah.
This ain't no cross. It wasn't like
Can
it wasn't
I-
like we seen motherfucking Steph Curry in the audience. We seen DeMarcus Cousins in the audience. We ain't see fucking LeBron out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but think about the fighters that wasn't Al's fighters that was there. Like
Who?
Devin,
Shakur, Dev?
Devin was there. Shakur
Both
was
them
there.
local. Both them is local. All right, Shakur's in
You
camp.
still gotta
but
get the tickets, bro. Jared was there. You know what I'm saying? Prince was there. His son flew out for the fight. Like, you know what I'm saying? People,
Floyd was there.
Like
It was
Floyd
cracking.
was there.
Floyd was
Yo,
there.
we
It was
ain't talking about-
cracking.
Yeah, but Floyd had to be there. Floyd
No,
had to
no,
be there.
let me tell
he
you.
partner. He said it. Me and Al won in the same.
That's cool. Let me tell you.
How you ain't gonna show up to Al biggest
Let me
fight of
tell
the
you.
year? Not to
But-
mention you
but-
out here talking about Canelo ducking David.
But let's not forget Floyd back in the day in the ring with his little Filipino. He stayed after the main event to watch DJ Zamora.
Yeah.
Who trained with Bob Santos, the Filipino.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
now
yeah.
11-0. I think 9 knockouts now.
Yeah, they put him on last minute locally.
No, it was just like, you know what I'm saying, they ain't have no TV, you know what I'm saying? So it was like we didn't know when we was going to get him. Robert Merriweather was supposed to go
No,
after.
but I'm saying he got put on a card last minute.
Oh, it was.
David was on ESPN
Like
too.
2 weeks out.
Like
Oh,
David was on
yes.
ESPN
I
with
knew.
Steven
2
Jackson.
weeks.
When he on or not Steven? He was on.
Yeah,
that
he
one.
was.
I'm
He
telling you,
was. He was
he
on
was on
Stephen A. He was on Stephen
Stephen
A.
A. And then you had Caleb playing who he was on the Pivot podcast.
No, Caleb did a lot of rounds.
Yeah, the Pivot was a big one though. The Pivot, they've been killing it. They've had a lot of big names.
I never heard of them. Who that?
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's good. It's got like the football players
Yeah.
on there. If I'm
Oh
not
yeah, I don't
mistaken,
fuck
right?
with them foosball dudes.
They don't know about. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate what they do by getting the athletes on there, but
I'm talking about.
I like the questions y'all present. Or
Yo,
like,
did
you
y'all
know, others.
see?
I
Did
like
y'all see Murder Mace? I know he's probably a pastor right now, and he's way too old for you to even know who he is, right? You don't know who he is. Fuck. Danny looking
Yeah.
at Danny looking at
I'm
me
the
like, who the
youngest.
fuck is Mace?
No.
Oh man, yo, champ, I'm gonna let you go, but thank you for calling in.
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
Nah, you've been great, man.
You lost me at the pastor part, yeah. So I couldn't.
Bruh,
I couldn't
Mace out
relate.
here like I think Earl ducking Terrence Crawford. You know he talk like that. Bruh, he got a video and yeah, they talking Earl. That's how big that fight is. It's so sad. But I think it's happening. You've been seeing the rumors lately? It seemed like it's happening. Ain't Bomac still out here?
Mm-hmm.
So what's up, champ? Why you trying to keep shit close to the chest?
Nah, brother, what you mean?
Bruh,
Close
the
to
whole
chest.
world thinks it's happening. Even Bernie like, oh, I can't say nothing about no June 17th, but yeah, it's happening. Like, people sent me mad videos. They really wanted me to talk about that today, and I'm like, I'm tired. I'm tired of
I
the
ain't been
fucking.
around- they ain't been. I
I'm
ain't
tired of
seen
the
'em.
dangling carrot. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's a video floating around from yesterday's live of Bernie saying it's happening, but he not sure about June 17th. And then there's mad June 17th rumors. So yeah, I don't know. J. Will, Ohio, they need to get that shit together. But then that's another pay-per-view. That's a pay-per-view per month. If they give us Keith and whoever I'm talking about, Earl and Bud,
But-
that's a June pay-per-view. We already got the May pay-per-view.
Two in May.
Who's the other one? Devin and who?
Canelo, brother.
That's crazy. He putting that shit on pay-per-view. I forgot.
Canelo Ryder, brother.
He wilding. Tell me I'm going back to Guadalajara. Y'all got to pay for this?
I mean, they don't.
That's crazy.
Yo, like, I'm talking about. I'm not saying it's not a lot of money.
He should have gave us that one for free. He out here wilding, man. You gonna charge us for Ryder, then you gonna turn around and charge us for Bivol.
I'm just saying.
Then turn around and charge us for Benavidez. Like, he wilding.
Nah,
and I get it. I get it. He
gotta
on his
make,
tank shit.
No, he got to make his money somehow.
No, he on his tank shit
Nah,
because Ryder's way better than
let
Rolly.
Let me tell you. I take my head off to him. The tickets were priced a lot cheaper than what I expected them to be in Mexico.
Yeah, it's a give back.
Because people don't understand, like, oh, y'all think, and it is a third world country, don't get it fucked up. But I have numerous uncles and cousins that are making more money than me out there.
Oh,
Absolutely,
word.
bro. I have an uncle that has a law firm out there. You get
Oh,
what I'm
well,
saying?
I mean, he put in the work, bro. He went
Nah,
to school.
yeah, but I'm saying like, how many people start their own firms? You know, it's a difference. But you know what I'm saying? Like he going to the fight, and I was like, yo, how much you drop? Yo, this dude is 5th row, and it came out to like a couple hundred American dollars.
That's how boxing should be. You see, Canelo always is the savior. He always
And
goes to a stadium. He always gives back.
I really thought it was gonna, because this is a small stadium. Truth be told, like I thought it was.
And that's only because they couldn't accommodate him, right?
Well, I think that it was a thing of, do we take more seats in a crappier, uglier, and older stadium, or do we take a little bit less seats?
I mean, at night with pyro, the crappy, uglier stadium would have still looked good. Let's be real.
Yes, but I think it was a
And
simple.
all them cell phones
I think it was a
turned on.
simple matter of wanting to have like certain hospitality options that they wouldn't have had at the other stadium, and you know, just certain things they wouldn't
Yeah,
have had
it's
at the
true.
other
It's true.
stadium.
If you want to get TBV to do a show for Canelo, man, you got to have the right amenities for me. I'm not going to Mexico without guarded security and half naked women feeding me grapes. You
Yeah,
got
no-
that right. You put that in the contract.
Not just that, armor truck, bro. We need the armor
And
truck.
and no more of that Acapulco weed. No more of that, bro. No more of that. I had the conversation with Mauricio, like, yo, I'm not going back. You're going to have that shrubbery around. What are you showing me? You know I'm an old man. Oh, Dev?
Yo, they doing a lot of Well, we'll
I
talk
got
about
Jay
that.
Will. You
We'll talk
available
about
or
that for
what?
the
I've been
show.
waiting for you to connect this whole conversation.
Tommy, yes. And you got to understand, 50,000 is small for a stadium, but you also have to understand that Nesta does not watch other sports. So he thinks, we say stadium, he thinks what we've seen done in boxing already. You get what I'm saying? Cowboy Stadium can do 90,000, which is damn near double of what Akron, Estadio Akron, which is where Canelo's fighting in Guadalajara, can hold. So, I just wanted to let it be known. See,
I wish it
100,000.
wasn't that much of a loss for Canelo to fight over there because, him and David
Big Nick
would be good too.
See,
over
that's
there.
not even the case anymore, brother. Chavez, what Chavez did won't be done again. Chavez did over 100 and some thousand at Estadio Azteca. That stadium cannot hold that many people anymore. You get what I'm saying? That was done 30 years ago. The stadium has gone.
Why don't they do an outdoor fight? Like, remember Woodstock? That shit was outdoors. They just charge you to fucking be in the grass. I guess his moment of silence is him laughing at me internally.
Nah. I mean, I'm just thinking of. I'm sure there's ground somewhere. I mean, the stadiums is the best thing because now you got to figure out, seating and everything like that.
I mean, Saudi did temporary seats, bro. I don't know. It seems like
Well,
we can never get it right.
No, they did a temporary stadium. Yeah.
But
yeah, and exactly, Azteca is Mexico City. That's not Canelo's hometown. It's honestly not even that close. It's not like, oh yeah, we're just gonna drive from Guadalajara to fucking Mexico City. Without even pulling up a map. That's 12 hours plus on the road.
Jay Will, give me a mic check.
Yo.
What up? What up?
Yeah. Hold on real quick. Yeah, bro. Good show as always. Just real quick, man. I think your boy's just doing like a Canelo protection service, Eddie. And I think everybody knows that even if Canelo does beat Benavidez, it's going to be a much rougher fight than fighting Bivol. And just like you said earlier, that was going to be one of the main things I said was how Benavidez reacted after sparring Bivol. He even said, like, man, Canelo's going to win this fight for sure. He should win this fight. So he thought that that Canelo should have beat Bivol based on the sparring. And then with your boy trying to say that triangle theory. I never believed in the triangle theory because, I mean, hell, we had a Pacquiao make his whole career. I won't say make his whole career, but pretty much create so much hype after fighting all of Mayweather's, having shared opponents with Mayweather. He'll start Cotto. Mayweather go all 12 with Cotto. Pacquiao starts Hatton in the second or third round. Mayweather had to go all 10. And so, I mean, Pacquiao had everybody believing that he was going to starch Mayweather. And we all know, if you've seen that fight, that Mayweather, if they fight 10 times, Mayweather probably wins 910 times. So that whole triangle theory, it just doesn't work. And if you notice Canelo's matchups, man, once he's matched up with someone a little faster than he has issues. With Mayweather, he fought Mayweather. Mayweather was much faster than he. He had issues. You can contribute that to maybe he was inexperienced. But when he fought Amir Khan was clearly up on that fight, like 4-2, or maybe even 5-1 on some cards until we caught him with that punch. So Canelo always going to have issues with speed. That's why he kind of stayed away from it. If you notice matchups, and I like what Super Mex said that that's Eastern European style does give him some issues, but I think what gives him more issues is speed. And that's what Benavidez has, and he throws a lot of punches and bunches. Benavidez letting his hands go the way he does. Canelo can't swerve all those punches. He just can't. He has slick defense, but he's not going to be slick enough to avoid all those punches. So for sure, to me, Benavidez is going to definitely be the harder matchup. He's going to come out with a lot more punishment versus Bivol. And yeah, that's my call, man. That's my call.
All right. Appreciate it, champ. Appreciate the call. Nest over here dying.
Bro, you funny as hell, bro. Bro, we see you. We see you with your little Haney emoji and your little heart struck emojis. North Carolina Rob, what up?
What's going on, Ness and Danny?
What it do?
Shit chillin'.
This fight, I think Benavidez is a harder fight than Bivol. Bivol, I think he's more like a counter puncher, take what you give him kind of boxer. He's a pure boxer. I think he's a better boxer than Benavidez, as Caleb Plant is too. But Benavidez has got different intentions. He throw a lot of punches, and I don't think Canelo. I don't think his pride is going to allow him to hold as much as Caleb Plant did. And of course, I know the ring ain't gonna be that fucking big. And so I think Benavidez, and he's younger. He hasn't lost. He hasn't really been hurt. I mean, he got knocked down one time, but he never really been hurt. So I think Benavidez, his activity, I think it's a hard fight for Canelo, because to me, Canelo is kind of like I don't want to say fight like Floyd, but I say more like Gervonta Davis. Like, he kind of like, takes his time, try to figure you out, be slick, and start pressing you late in the fight. And I don't know if that's gonna work against somebody like Benavidez. What I didn't like with Benavidez is the times that he was on the rope in that Caleb Plant fight with just his guard up, and Caleb Plant was trying to like tee off a little bit. He wasn't getting a lot off, but I don't think that'll be a good look for somebody like Canelo with the power Canelo got. But I think Benavidez is definitely the harder fight. Bivol is just I think if Canelo would have pressed a little harder, he might could have pulled that fight out. But I definitely think Benavidez is a more difficult fight for him.
Well, all right, champ. We do appreciate your call.
And
Thank you for calling in.
Yeah, appreciate it for
yeah,
sure.
man. Listen, don't forget, we back at 12 Pacific Standard Time, 3 o'clock Eastern. I got a couple super chats we need to get to. First up, we got Rick the Barber. Rick says, David is going to whoop Canelo if they fight. And to answer your question from yesterday, my shop is in Maryland. I got you and Danny whenever y'all in the DMV. Flex emoji. Okay, your barbershop. Word.
Yo, that's crazy because I was out there for the Tank Hector fight, obviously, and Sean did his show
in the
barbershop, and I hadn't got touched up.
See,
in a
that's the
minute.
problem with not being rich and a two-time world champion, because we had that spot in the DMV that wanted us to do the show out the restaurant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, do it make sense for me to fly the whole team to the fucking restaurant that's 30 minutes away from the venue?
Right.
Now, if you would have been 5 minutes away, 10 minutes away, but 30 minutes away from the actual stadium, it don't make sense. But we trying to make things make sense, man. So if you got a business and you would like TBV to come do a live show out of there, we are more than willing. The dream is to do a 3-city press tour. I keep using the word press tour.
3-city show tour.
Show tour.
My goal's 4 cities.
His goal is 4 minus 3. Big Nick, we should be in the UK tomorrow evening. So hit me up with the finest that the UK has to offer in the cannabis delicatessens, please.
And then Jack, hit me up.
Do not DM me if you ain't got no bud for me. Don't be like, yo, Ness, you made it to you. Don't fucking DM me if you ain't got no bud for me, bro. Like, you ain't my friend if you ain't got no bud for me. Just saying. Jaguar Paul says, it's time for Canelito to pass the torch. I got David sweeping the light heavyweight right after. Flex emoji. Damn, you think he can not only beat Canelo, but also undispute 175?
It's going to be tough. I mean, you talking about Bivol and Better Beef. Better Beef is definitely known for his power. Bivol, known for the skill. It's going to be tough. Can he do it? I think so. It's going to be tough, though.
It will. It certainly will. This one is, and shout out to Jaguar Paul for that $10 super chat, but this one's definitely going to be thought-provoking from Rick the Barber. Again, it says, what does another loss to Bivol do to Canelo's legacy?
I don't think it necessarily does too much more damage.
I don't know. I think right now, because we know and we're in the actual year, right? But like 10 years from now, people going to just read that like, oh, shit, he lost twice to this guy.
Yeah, I think that's just showing somebody got your number. I think it's similar to the Wilder Fury situation where it's like we saw it, you know what I'm saying, and then we saw it again. First time it was a big question mark. Then we saw it, and then we saw it again, and it's like we knew. I was like, all right, cool. Tyson Fury has Deontay Wilder's number. And I think if Bivol beats Canelo again, it's like Canelo dared to be great, but Bivol had his number. And you get what I'm saying? There's going to be there's going to be those people that will say, how did Canelo, or that will question Canelo against those Eastern Europeans. You get what I'm saying? They're going to bring up the first Gennady fight. They're going to bring up
that's crazy
Bivol
if
fights.
You lose twice to Bivol, though, because people saying, oh, he took the easy route fighting Euros. Now, if a Euro dude ends your career, it ain't going to look good. And I don't know. I mean, look, AJ lost twice to whoever he lost to. I got a brand new caller in Michigan. Who this? 517 517.
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
What up? Who this?
What up? This Kenny.
Kenny, talk to us.
Man,
you in
honestly,
Michigan, right?
Man, yeah. I'm in Lansing, Michigan. Yep.
You got it.
Man, honestly, I feel like Bivol is a harder fight, man. Like, Bivol, and the reason why is because he's an actual technician. You know what I mean? Like, I think David Benavidez, David is a good boxer. He's a good pressure boxer. You know, he puts pressure on you as the rounds go by. But Bivol is the kind of person that'll set traps. And we've seen he can take Canelo's power. I honestly don't think David can take David can take goddamn Canelo's power when he get down to it. When he get to pressing and he get to picking his shots and he get to, you know what I'm saying, pressing just like David does, I don't think he'll be able to take that back. And I think Bivol can stop Canelo from even getting into that mode. getting into that pressure sense of it all. You know what I'm saying? So I honestly think, you know what I'm saying, goddamn Bivol would beat all of them. I think the real fight is Bivol versus Benavidez. That's the real fight. That's the fight that's not gonna sell the most tickets, and it's not gonna be the biggest fight for the fans.
I
But
don't
that's a
understand what's
boxer
going
fight.
on that fight isn't being talked about or negotiated.
Word.
I'm shocked. What's going on,
It's
bro?
because it's not a big money fight. It's not a big money fight. That's why.
I honestly think it
If
has
it was,
something to do with the political shit going on in Russia. If I'm being,
oh, see, look, I didn't even.
see, I mean, you got to think about everything that's been going on in Russia. You got to think about all these professional sport leagues, the Olympics.
Yeah, but I don't get it. Benavidez is doing fine on ESPN. He ain't being banned from fighting on ESPN.
No. But that's what I'm saying. I think that there's interest from parties out there, and they want to wait for things to kind of get better out there to maybe make that fight. That's just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It
Y'all
would
didn't
be.
hear about the. It was supposed to happen in Dubai.
I mean, we've been wanting it out there, but I ain't hearing nothing about it actually happening out
I
there.
suggested it out there, or the Middle East in general.
Yeah, right. I seen some. I can't put my finger on where I seen it at, but I seen it some about some negotiations about Dubai. I seen it, so I don't know if it's how what's to it, but you know what I'm saying. I seen it and it sounded like a good idea because they come with that check out there anyway.
So
Yes. What up?
No, I'm just seeing the latest and greatest. Yeah, it seems like money is the hold up.
Yeah, it's cause Saudi, man. Saudi throwing these dudes money. They be I read something about 25 million or 80 million for Fury and Usyk, and they walked away. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Dude just tripping.
Man, I don't know what's going. Honestly, I think this shit is like a something from Usyk camp. I think it's something from Usyk camp that's like they trying to pretend like it's something going. I think Fury ready, man. I ain't never seen Fury die.
I don't care. I'm gonna be real. Listen, I'm gonna be real. I don't care because the rumor is Usyk is negotiating with Wilder, and I would prefer that fight. I'm just, I just really would prefer that fight.
I mean, I can see a flat line coming out of that fight. I don't think
prefer
Usyk
that.
want to. Is that good for Usyk's career? Is that good for Usyk's career though?
Yeah. It shows you taking on all comers, and it shows that you want the toughest fight out there. Even when you couldn't get, Fury, you still took on Wilder, a fight you don't have to take, a dangerous fight. It shows he's the goods, man. That's how I look at it.
Man, what if he end up like what's the dude's name?
Hellenius. Yeah, then Wilder becomes 2-time heavyweight champ and 1-time unified. It's good for his story too. And again, and Usyk has a rematch, and it shows that Usyk fights all comers. It's like, when he didn't have to, he fought one of the biggest punchers in the world of his generation. That shows balls. You know what I'm saying? Even fighting Fury is just as hard to get it done, obviously. Like, it was easy for Wilder to negotiate with Fury up until that third fight. That's when it got crazy.
Right. Honestly, man, I think I want to see Tyson against a technician, though. That's my whole thing. I want to see Tyson Fury up against somebody that got boxing skill, like very good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to make it clear. I'm picking Fury. I think Fury's always shown us boxing ability. He's got the reach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's got the reach, he's got the length, he's got the size, he's got the power. Yeah, Usyk is as talented as he is, but Fury is, if you had to create a heavyweight on fight night, Fury is it.
Yeah, Fury is it. He got that. It's like, it's not. He ain't got the appealing body type that everybody think, but that's not what boxing is about.
Nah, and I think that's what made it.
Skill.
I think that's what made him big, though. If you look at Andy and Fury, what they got in common is they fat bodies, And that's what made him appealing to the American public, because we fat. We eat like a motherfucker. We not body beautiful. So when we see two dudes that's not body beautiful that could become the heavyweight champ of the world, it's inspiring. And that's why dudes got behind Andy and Tyson. Yo, it's crazy. Who's this? You sound so much like Tommy in Florida, but you not Tommy. You are... Hold on, I got you. You in the 517. This is Lamar. No, wait. This is Kenny, Michigan. Yo, you sound like... I'm going to Tommy right after you so the world can see how y'all brothers.
Nah, I don't know, man. Shit, hey, it was nice talking to y'all, though, man. I'm going to tap in with y'all soon.
Appreciate it. I'm going straight to Tommy. Tommy in Florida. Watch this, y'all.
You stupid.
Don't change your voice.
What's good, Tommy?
Hey, I was just laughing because this motherfucker's stupid.
You know he sounded like you. You was like, oh shit, mama.
Like me.
You was like, oh shit, mama. Wait, who this guy?
I'm crying.
Damn, that's Danny's version of crying. He said, I'm crying. Yo, Danny be wild. Go ahead, Tommy. You got it.
It. Yes, sir. But I think it's hard for me to say. I feel like okay. It'll be easier for Canelo to beat Benavidez, Bivol. Benavidez gonna at least be there to be hit. At that point, it's just can he take the power or not? At the end of the after the 6th, 7th round, it's gonna be harder for Canelo versus Benavidez because Benavidez not gonna stop coming and so fades. He don't fade as bad as Caleb, but he still fades. When Benavidez keep pressuring his ass and make him out the fight, keep fading. But I it's like half and half for me. First 6 rounds, I see it'll be easier to catch Benavidez, possibly stop him. Than it would be with Bivol, because Bivol gonna be on his feet. The later rounds, if he don't get Benavidez out of that, then I think it's swap from that point because Benavidez gonna keep pressing, and Bivol just gonna keep boxing. He gonna give him Canelo some same thing. He gonna give him some time to breathe a little bit, but he just gonna be catching him. So either way, both good fights. If they do, whoever it is, I got Bivol beating Canelo again. That more like a 70-30. Benavidez, I got it more like a 50-50. If it go same, pretty much with everybody, Benavidez fight. If it go past goddamn 6, 7 rounds, Benavidez ain't gonna stop. So you better, whoever you fighting better be on a game when it comes to the endurance. But I got it. That's my call, fellas. Everybody be easy.
All right, champ. We got Vega, Florida. What up?
Dímelo.
I said that. Where the ace at? Where the ace at?
My soundboard, man. Vega.
Uh-oh.
Hawk in Maryland. Hawk in Maryland. Hawk in Maryland. Okay. What we got over here looking like?
No Hawk.
Tim, what up?
No Hawk.
Hey, what up?
What up?
You hear me?
I hear you.
Hey, okay, so is Benavidez an easier fight for Canelo than Bivol? Answer, yes.
Why?
Bivol is harder for Canelo than Benavidez because of the experience level. David Benavidez is still probably nervous from this fight. It was his first big thing. Also, Benavidez' footwork is awkward, and Canelo would be able to capitalize that because they both have awkward footwork. But when they both get in there, when they start trading punches, I think Canelo will get the better of David Benavidez. But also, like others were saying, Bivol's bigger, more technically skilled. And, yeah, I think that Bivol's probably harder for Canelo, even though they fought before. Danny.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
Thank you for caring about my concussion. I appreciate that. You guys have an awesome show. We don't have ESPN and shit like we used to have in the day, but I get all my boxing news from you guys. So I really appreciate it.
All right.
All right, brother.
Appreciate you, Tim.
Right.
We got Huang in Houston.
Yeah, I think David is the easier fight for sure because, you know, you see how he came in 166, you know, so Bivol was just, in my opinion, just a naturally bigger dude, bigger frame. And I don't know, I just really think Benavidez needs to stay in 168. I hear people talking about David and Bivol. I don't even think that's a good idea. Let him go ahead and take over the 168. Let him do his thing over there. Then, you know, he's actually a big dude. Then later on, he'd go take over 175.
I mean, size does matter, but let's not forget, you get what I'm saying? David's, like, naturally big, so him and Bivol have sparred. He could easily be a light heavyweight, you know. I don't know, man. It's interesting. I feel like it'd be interesting to see him and Canelo, how Canelo holds up. But I think that's the fight we get next year.
Yeah, I do too. I think that they setting it up for Cinco de Mayo because there's so much at 168 for David right now. David, instead of blowing up Canelo's name, he should be blowing up his own name. I'm not worried about that. If I was David, I'd be like, man, I'm not even worried about that fight. Man, I got Canelo. I got Charlo. I got the Boo Boo. There's so many good fights at 168 for him right now. Exciting fights. You know, I'd love to see him and Boo Boo.
I wouldn't mind seeing him and Demetrius Andre. That'd be an interesting fight. I think it'd be a fight that he wins, to be honest, but I think it'd be an interesting fight nonetheless.
Yeah, but that's not call, y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Push that like and subscribe, man. Boxing Boys, best podcast in the world.
You got it, champ. Appreciate you.
All right. Looks like JT, what up? I'm having issues with Discord, I believe, like always. Fudging Discord. JT. Gotta unmute, champ.
Everybody tuned in.
Yeah,
we need more fucking likes, because what the fuck's going on? We got the same number of votes as we do the people watching, 740, but we only got 306 likes. I need 400 before we get to the next caller. I need another 100 likes before we get to the next caller. $5 super chat from Texas Scratch King that says, shout out TBV. 100 emoji. Shout out to you, champ. We appreciate the support. Boxing King 22, member for 24 months at the prospect level. 2 years of membership. Shout out to you. Says Canelo versus Bivol 2 is the only fight to make. Hashtag TBV.
Really? Canelo versus Bivol.
Why
do they want that again?
$5 super chat Beasley 598 that says, when are one of these fighters gonna have Ring Walk Danny walk them out? Ring Walk Danny don't look like Jimmy Kimmel though. I don't get it, but yeah, I mean I've had a few walkouts.
Yeah.
Probably only 2 actually. I feel like I've only had 2 walkouts, but you know, we're gonna get that champ.
We got Dom. What up? The 510.
Damn, you 1 to the phone line quick. We only got 40 likes in that
Oh,
time.
my bad. My bad. Hold up, Dom.
Yeah, man, we need
Hold
some more
up,
likes.
Dom.
We
Hold
halfway
up.
there. We at 350. We was at 306. Come on, we did this shit yesterday. Yesterday, Ness waited to get like 300 likes before we even opened them up. We opened them up early today. We at
Open 'em up.
349. Go smash the like button. We got 757 votes, 747 people watching.
Which meant we should have been at our goal of likes.
You know, so we gonna keep reading super chats until I feel like I read them all actually, but hopefully more come in for me to read so we could get to these phone lines. I just want to show some support. Let this episode get out to other boxing fans, other fans that feel like, whoa, Benavidez ain't easier than Bivol. What the fuck Eddie Hearn talking about? Now they'll be able to be like, hold on, let me call into this boxing show and actually give my thoughts on it.
What's your thoughts on it?
Let us know. But you can't until we get another 30 likes.
But what's your thoughts on it?
My thoughts is that Eddie Hearn is promoting, like I said. I feel that we've already seen Canelo and Bivol. And I think it's hard for Canelo to make the necessary adjustments to win against the bigger guy. I think that in a fight with Benavidez, very, very much possible that Canelo gets a 24-foot ring. You know, be able to use that A-side power, get a bigger ring. We've seen him utilize the bigger rings. I think I want to give a shout out to we are keeping an eye out for the what the fuck is called Stenonius versus Virgil credential application for you. But yo, she asked me, she's like, yo, you know the Raiders owner Mark Davis, he was in the building.
Bowl cut?
Yes. Could he possibly be scouting for a potential Benavidez
Canelo
fight in his stadium?
Scouting.
I'm just saying, and you know that was a phenomenal idea, something that I'm like, you know what?
I mean, I wish it was like that. Listen, don't forget we got our lucky trivia of the day where we're gonna let you win an FTWR shirt. I'm not wearing one because this is actually from Texas.
Yeah, our boy
Kush Culture.
Yeah, Kush Culture.
Universe.
Shout out Tut.
Because my stock is up.
Shout out our boy Tut in the H-Town.
But we got FTWR TBV brand shirts that we are looking to give away as we do a lucky trivia question. So,
Boxing King 22, $5 super chat, just showing love, no words, appreciate you.
Shout out.
Supermax, $5 super chat says Ness a fucking hater, man. He hating on Nello right now. Nello just trying to right his wrongs, but went on a 4-month campaign for us to watch Wilder take another beating instead of undisputed.
Wilder
Fury
had a
AJ.
contract. Wilder had a contract for a fight in his division for a belt. Canelo tried and lost. Like, lick your wounds, keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You out here looking like a Looney Tune. You running away from the competition. We want
almost
you to fight.
there. 18 more likes. We almost there. Oh, phone lines.
Nah, Big Sheed, I switch up as people's energy switch up. Like, David Benavidez earned his right. Canelo earned his right to move up and down. He moved up. You lost. That's it. You got mandatories over here knocking on the fucking door. The mandatory done turned into an interim champion because Canelo been that busy. I hope you understand that. Like, mandatories don't just walk around with interim title belts. Canelo's been so busy, the WBC had to make this man a mandatory and then make him an interim champion. Like, just fight the man. You're making excuses. But, JT, what up?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah, what's up? What's up, everybody? Real quick, Dan, I disagree with that comparison that you brought up about Tyson Fury while comparing Bivol to Canelo, because Bivol did not knock Canelo down, he just beat him 12 rounds. And Wilder did knock Tyson Fury down, so you can't really sit there and say Tyson Fury, Wilder cannot beat Tyson Fury because he's been knocked down twice in the fight. If they fight again, maybe Deontay Wilder knocks him down. He doesn't get back up. But comparing the two fights, they both hard fights for Canelo. I see in the last fight where Plant had success against Benavidez, I could see Canelo having a lot of success against Benavidez. The question is, can Canelo hurt Benavidez? Because he's very explosive. He counters quicker than Caleb Plant. He punches harder than Caleb Plant. I'm talking about Canelo. So the question would be, what size ring would Canelo use? Because the thing about it is, if he use a big ring against Benavidez, Benavidez will try to tie him out, moving him around a lot. If he use a small ring against Benavidez, Benavidez will still be in his face every time he step over. One thing I realized about Canelo and Benavidez, they don't fight good going backwards. So the question would be, can Canelo press him back the whole time, which I highly doubt it because of Benavidez offense. But Benavidez is very vulnerable with his defense, and I could see Canelo countering him a lot in the earlier rounds until you get tired. But that's more like a 60-40 fight favoring Benavidez in that fight because I think his volume, I think he'll take Canelo power, and I think his volume will be too much for Canelo by pushing him back and just start getting hit on. So I still got Benavidez in that fight against Canelo. But I see why Eddie Hearn would pick Canelo having a better chance against Benavidez. Because the thing about Bivol, unless he bring him down to 168, I don't see Canelo beating Bivol. He's very technical. He got more defense. He's smart in the ring, and he just do things methodically in there. It's with good decision. Benavidez is a little more reckless. He could be countered in between punches and stuff. So I see why the promoter got Canelo versus Benavidez a easier fight. But they both hard fights for Canelo. Canelo, I see why Canelo wouldn't want to fight Benavidez because he's a young man. He's still young and he brings a lot of pressure. He got a lot of volume. And that's the fight Canelo wouldn't want to because he couldn't control that pace unless he's willing to work harder than what Canelo likes working. But it's both hard fights for him. I don't think he even fight Bivol again unless he get him down to 168 or something like that. But at 175, I don't see Canelo beating Bivol. He's just a bigger man, smarter in the ring, and he's very technician. Got good defense. But it's both still two hard fights.
That was the bell.
I was trying to. That's a disqualification hitting so much after the bell.
I mean, he's disqualified. I was waiting for him to break up and take a breath so that I could then hit him with the trivia question and give him even more time. But he never took a break. Even after the bell, he kept punching. He did not listen to the referee whatsoever.
Yeah, we're gonna agree to disagree on that. I feel like the way Fury beat Wilder, cool, he dropped him, and we've seen that what he's dropped him with wasn't enough to keep him down. And truth be told, like, he beat on Wilder the second and third fight. So yeah, in my opinion, Fury would have Wilder's number in this case, and if Bivol were to beat Canelo in similar fashion that he did in the first fight, I think I would say that Bivol then has Canelo's number. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, y'all know how many men it is out here in this world. Like, everybody got somebody number. Somebody got Fury number. They may not be in the sport, but somebody got Fury number. So, yeah, I mean, go out to the phone lines. 403 likes.
Yeah, we about to get to this trivia question. We got to give away an FTWR brand TBV shirt. And, yeah, by doing that, we're going to go to a lucky caller. This will not be your call. This will just be your opportunity to show your boxing knowledge with some boxing trivia. All right. We're going to go to We're going to go to you, my friend, since you're a new caller. We'll give you a new caller an opportunity. You're in Atlanta. What's your name, my friend? 678. Talking to you.
Oh, yo.
What's your name?
Renzo, man. It's just a different phone.
You said what? Renzo?
Renzo, this is just a different phone. I called from another number you.
Renzo. All right. Well, I guess I never put that down. So we got you now. Renzo, you in
He said
Atlanta?
it's a new phone, brother. He said he didn't call in.
I know,
before.
but I still don't have his name there. If he called in and he's from Atlanta, I would have had another Renzo show up. It ain't fucking show up.
Maybe it's
both
a different area code.
How about both of y'all chill out? How about that?
What if
How
it's
about
a different
that?
area code?
Yo, Danny fucked it up for you. I was about to let you win this shirt. Danny fucked it up. You ain't getting no trivia. Nah, I'm fucking with you. Yo, you ready for this trivia?
I'm ready. Let's go.
Is you knowledgeable, though?
I'm all right, man.
All right. You ready? Wait, let me get my soundbite. Danny, do we remember where the soundbite was?
Nah, champ.
You wildin', man. You supposed to be some type of help right now, bro.
I don't know where you keep your sound.
Here we go.
That's
Here
your
we go.
computer.
Here we go. We ready? Danny.
Emotional.
Chill. All right, so trivia time. What middleweight title fight was delayed due to 9/11 tragedy?
With Trinidad and Hot.
Damn, you a fucking beast.
That was quick.
That was fast. Yo.
He needs some milk.
Yo, DM me, bro. We gonna send you a shirt. If
got you.
you're a healthy weight, because we don't send shirts to unhealthy people.
I need a medium.
We force you to
I need
get
a medium.
we force
I'm
you
not
to
a
get
big dude.
small. All right, we got mediums for you.
Give me that.
I think. Damn, that was fast though, bro. You the first one. That was fast. Shit.
Gotcha.
All right, take it away. You got your call now.
All right. As far as the topic is concerned, what is the harder fight for Canelo? To me, I look at it this way. What's the worst way to lose? Is it worse to lose 8-4 rounds? Is it worse to lose 10-2 rounds? Or is it worse to be up on the scorecards and get knocked out? That's my call.
I mean, because you could consider that coming from behind, which is sometimes good for some people and bad for some people, because it's like, yo, he had to come from behind. Then it's other people that's like, yo, he came from behind and won. So it depends what you value, man. This boxing is so subjective. I don't know. Danny, what do you prefer? Coming from behind, like Ryan? I guess that's not coming from behind. That's just coming from a knockdown.
Said, I feel like I would have rather been the Caleb and the Canelo plant who was having
being up and then getting knocked out.
Yeah, and then being knocked out versus having to get beat on the whole fight. Or
why you gotta say beat on though?
Having to
Big Boss Nino.
Having to be outclassed, outworked. I don't know what you want me to say, though.
Yo, you can hear me? That's Danny.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what's wrong with my shit. Yo, you can hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear you.
Hello.
Yo.
Okay.
We hear you.
I guess that this ain't working.
All right. Staying on Twitter, giving Twitter opportunities. We going to Mr. O'Malley, the Alley Cat. That's his nickname. Mr. O'Malley. Mr. O'Malley, got to mute. Unmute.
Yo, ever since dude took over Twitter, this shit been whack.
What's wrong with it?
I mean, clearly it keep fucking up.
Tran in the place to be.
Yo, it's good. That's what's good, Jen.
What up?
Not much, man. Just calling in to answer the topic. Harder fight, easier fight, would be David Benavidez for sure. David Benavidez, Canelo would be similar to Canelo and Chavez Jr. I think the power is going to be key, as well as the body punching from Canelo. David Benavidez, he gets on the rope, high guards. I think Canelo just attacks his body. I think it'll be a knockout for Canelo. Um, Bivol is the harder fight and easily, arguably, the bigger fight. Just with everything going into it, Canelo already lost. What does another loss do to Canelo? And if Canelo beats Bivol, where do we go? Do we go up and try to unify against Better Beef at 175? Or do he relinquish the belt and come back down to 168? So I think it's easy work for Deb Benavidez. That's what Canelo likes, somebody coming to him, and be able to counter. And I think that's easy work for Canelo. But also, man, we got to stop saying Canelo is ducking this fighter, ducking that fighter. This guy is going up in weight, challenging the guy that he lost to. Like, I understand people want to see Benavidez and Canelo, but come on, man, you can't say, oh, he's ducking him when he's trying to avenge his loss. You know what I'm saying? I saw yesterday online. I mean, it's getting out of hand. Like one of the guys that Floyd, trained with, and this might be hypocritical because he was Floyd, but he was saying that Canelo turned down 55 million to fight Spence. The reason why, because he was gonna get knocked out. He was ducking him, but it's like, dude, y'all want him to come down at 160 at catchweight to fight him after he fight Benavidez, but y'all say he's ducking. But y'all don't understand that Canelo don't fight at 160. He fights at 168, 175. That route that he chose was way harder than Benavidez and Earl Spence. That probably would have been harder if he had to come down and catch weight. But we got to stop, man. Canelo is great. His legacy is already cemented. He's been through the gauntlet already. You know what I'm saying? This is just icing on the cake as far as his career goes. So as far as that ducking stuff, man, I don't think Canelo's ducking at all. He's just trying to take care of business. You know what I'm saying? You think if Canelo beats Bivol at 175, you think he try to unify or he drops the title and come back down?
I think that he dropped the title,
I
come
think
back
he
down.
tries to undispute. If you beat Bivol, you got the opportunity to make a big fight with Better Beef, who's almost 40.
But here's the thing, right?
Yep.
Exactly. So that's why I think he come back down for whatever he got going on. We saw he wasn't in no rush for Benavidez. He just gonna let Better Beef get older. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. I got I'm champion in 2 divisions. I fought at light heavyweight. I got obligations at super middle. Biv will do whatever. I mean, Better Beef do whatever he need to do. He get even older, and then he fight that
Yeah.
version. That's what
Yeah,
I
then
think.
then I can see Benavidez even coming up to 175 if that happens. If I'm Benavidez, take care of what you gotta do down there. If Canelo want to try to unify, you go up and you make that fight even bigger. Or it could be Bivol versus Canelo 3 for all the titles. So I think that fight is bigger because just with the stipulation of what can come next after Canelo
Tran,
wins.
that is the bell, champ. That is the bell. JT counterpunch.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes.
I hope I'm not breathing too hard. People got jokes in the back, little small slim niggas. Nah, but Danny, back to what you were saying. We could agree to disagree because like at the end of the day, like I feel like Wilder, Fury took some out of Wilder the last fight, and I think Wilder took some out of Fury the last fight. We could sit there and say,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Fury does have Wilder number when it comes down to boxing. But if Wilder lands, we can't sit there and keep saying Fury's going to keep getting up from those shots. I'm not making excuses. They were long counts.
Damn, counts? More than one?
Yes, both of them was long counts. In both fights when he knocked Fury down, they were both long counts. Okay, like I said, that's not that. I'm not trying to make that an argument excuse. But what I'm saying is, if Wilder lands a punch against Fury again, we can. It's a possibility he doesn't get up. He don't make the count. So I don't see where that was still a good comparison comparing a Bivol to a Canelo, where Bivol just beat Canelo up for 12 rounds. So I mean, like I said, we could agree to disagree. That wasn't a good comparison. I just want to clarify about these two fights because I was cut off, Ness, and I ain't hear you cut me off. I ain't hear you even try to stop me from talking.
You ain't
Cause
hear
y'all
the
bad with cutting people off.
No.
I didn't hear the bell.
He played the cut it for you, and then
the bell rang,
you still
all that
the
shit.
bell rang.
But
he
you got a
played
minute
cut
24
it.
seconds.
Go ahead,
Just
go
go.
ahead.
Okay, now all I'm saying is the fights, they both hard fights for Canelo. That's why I think Canelo sees something in Benavidez where he don't want to fight a Benavidez because how he fights. Well, I see success with Canelo because Canelo will counter Benavidez quick because he got a lot of holes in his defense. Caleb Plant was just too slick as a boxer to commit to those type of punches. Canelo will commit to touch Benavidez. But the thing is, if Benavidez could take Canelo power, it's gonna be a long night for Canelo. Cause like once again, like I said, they both can't fight going backwards. They will have success against each other if one person is pushing each other back. And I can see Canelo being roughed up a lot, being defensive, slipping a lot, moving, just getting tired, and it all decide what size ring you think Canelo gets for that fight. Because you fuck one way or another. You get a bigger ring, you got to move more. You get a smaller ring, you got the bigger man right there on top of you every time you move. So, I mean, it's both good fights. I think if he had to pick out the two, he'd pick the Bivol fight because of the volume of Bivol, how he fights. And he'd rather deal with a Bivol than dealing with a Benavidez. That's my counterpunch.
All right, that was the bell.
I feel like the way it was a good comparison, right? Because he got his. I said that Fury got his number the way Bivol would have Canelo's number if he beat him in the rematch. The reason I feel like that was a good comparison is because based off your call, what you saying is Wilder got a puncher's chance, which, you know what I'm saying?
Everybody got a puncher's chance.
Everybody's got a puncher's chance. It's the fight game, so. But it ain't. I'm not trying to go back and forth and nothing like that. I don't necessarily agree that it was long counts. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Counts. I didn't know it was multiple long counts. I thought just the first fight. But I got Real Jose 97. Jose.
Yo, you guys hear me?
Yes.
We hear you.
Yo, shout out TBV. Shout out Chris Colbert, Jose Ramirez, and Jesus Ramos. They got me the parlay, TKO, and the UD.
Nice.
I just want to say, I don't know. I want to see more of David because Caleb is a great fighter. Don't get me wrong, but I felt like he was mentally out of the fight since like the fifth, fourth round, and just let himself get bullied. He wanted just to survive. I don't think Canelo and people are just gonna want to survive. So I need to see more. But yeah, that's my call. I'm at work. I just want to let y'all know.
All right, Jose. Appreciate the call, brother. Thanks for the check-in. New caller, New York City. Who's this? 917. What up?
Hello.
Yes. Who's this?
Hey, Ness. How you doing? Hey, Donnie.
What's up, brother? Who's this?
What up?
Hi, this is Pablo. How you doing?
Pablo. Where you calling in from?
New York City. Calling to answer the question.
All right.
Yeah. I think a lot of people dismiss this is that it's gonna be a dog if Canelo offers the fight to Benavidez and doesn't accept it because he just signed 3-fight deal with PBC. Is gonna go to Hearn was gonna let him go to the zone?
I don't know about the zone because I don't think that Canelo needs to go to the zone. Remember, the last place he did the best numbers was with PBC. He did 500,000 with the zone, 800,000 with PBC. So I think he understands that PBCs know what they're doing when it comes to pay-per-view.
At least in America.
Yeah, no, I'm agree. I agree. I mean, Canelo is a free agent. He can go to the song, to Showtime. But I'm just saying, it's going to be considered a dog if he doesn't accept it to, if the fight's not taking place in that zone since Canelo is the A side and Benavidez just keep calling the fight.
But he can remain the A side if he goes to Showtime.
No, of course. But if he gets the fight offer, how can it not a duck? He's supposed to go wherever he gets called.
I mean, I
definitely
think you can call it a duck depending on what he does next. If he moves up in weight to challenge a champion or somebody that's already beat him, then I don't know that you can call that a duck.
I definitely think he's gonna go after Bivol, but I don't think he can win the fight. That fight is very hard. I think the easier fight is Benavidez. To be honest, he really didn't show many really good boxing skill with Caleb Plant. And I mean, he was a monster, but he wasn't able to stop Caleb. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I definitely think Benavidez is the easier fight. And I was hoping to Canelo to fight Benavidez last year in September instead of Bivol, because Bivol was the harder fight. And since last year, I was really didn't think that Canelo was ever going to beat Bivol. So, and I don't think he's gonna be in the rematch again. So, I mean, he wants to avenge his loss, but I don't know. We'll see.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call. Shout out New York City.
Thank you, guys.
You got it.
Yeah, long time listener.
Shout out to you, champ.
Appreciate it. Let's see what we got. Dom in the Bay.
You hear me?
Yes.
We hear you.
Say again? You got to disconnect, bro. I don't know what's up with y'all Bluetooths, man.
Y'all hear me now?
Yes. Beautiful.
What's going on, y'all? Ness, I wanted to ask you, you got your scorecard handy for Valenzuela versus Colbert?
Bro, I tried to look it up yesterday, and it looks like it did not deleted, but the fucking thing disappeared. Yeah, man, it's not there.
Got you. It's all good. Cause I went back. I was watching that fight last night because I'm hearing all this robbery shit.
Round 2, 4, 5, 7, 9, 10. Colbert. What's poppin'?
Colbert. So you gave Valenzuela which rounds?
Round 1, 10-8. Round 3, 10-9. Round 6, 10-9. Round 8, 10-9. What's poppin', Kermit?
Because I had Colbert. Yeah, I had Colbert. I gave Valenzuela first, of course. 6-8, and then round 3 was a toss-up. So I said, all right, I'll go look at the scorecards and use the majority.
All right, so I gave him round 3, but I gave him round 3.
And they did too, so I said, all right, fuck it.
And I gave him round 1 with the knockdown, and I gave him 6 and 8, just like you. So what didn't we see?
No, yeah, we
Bro,
saw.
you just trying to get your fucking opinion. What you getting so?
Cause I don't know. I don't know whether to feel like he on my side.
I'm not taking it no way, Ness.
I know, but I didn't know whether to take it like you on my side or you against me. Because people trying to say I'm biased because I know Colbert, but I'm like, bro, no, I just know fucking boxing. He outboxed them.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. I just wanted to hear what rounds you gave him. I just wanted to know.
No worries. Apologies.
There was a recent caller, Jonathan. He was talking about his grandson that's 18.
Yes.
What's his name?
Trouble. Let me see what's his real name. We know him. His grandson is pretty good.
His Instagram is
I wanted to check him out.
Yes, his Instagram is One Team Trouble.
Yeah. He be sparring Boots, Dev, all them people. They be working. They be working. And his father does pad work for Devin every now and then.
Yeah, his name is Samuel Castellanos.
Yep.
Okay.
He is from Hollister, California.
Wait, my bad. What was that Instagram again? You said One Team
Trouble.
Got you.
And that's I actually think that's his dad's, but you'll see it. You know what I'm saying? Or his coach, you'll see it on there. So, and then the kids in the bio. Yep, go ahead.
Okay, right on. Appreciate that. One last point I wanted to jump on the topic. Benavidez and Canelo, that's a good ass fight because all the callers making good ass points. Somebody said that Benavidez pace gonna be some shit for Canelo. I agree with that. Shit, that's my call. I'll get out of here.
All right, champ. Thanks for calling in from the Bay Area. The Bay Area. All right, all right. I got some super chats we got to get to. Bear with me. Bear with me. Let's see what we got. We last stopped off at Fred Robinson, Beasley. We did Texas Scratch King. You did Boxing King. Then we did Supermax. We got Fred Robinson that says Benavidez has done everything asked of him. Y'all stop pushing everything except what David deserves. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Lewis says, what happened to the piston-like jab? Landed it when he used it. If Canelo doesn't walk him into a KO, his jab leaving Canelo face like a tomato. Baylor's not the ref, would have had Plant stopped in 9. I agree. Even though it was a rough read, I know what he's saying. You know what I mean? Benavidez' jab is going to be an issue. And with a better ref, we would have got a stoppage.
Yeah, even my driver this morning was saying the same shit.
Damn, he watched it?
Yeah.
Sucks when, the casuals, get to see the officials do mistakes.
Yo, he was like, they need to get some fresher guys in there.
As refs?
Yeah, he was like, I was like, bro, this dude fucking refed Floyd's professional debut 26 years ago.
Wow. We got Kenny G that says, with the braids, red trunks, and red trunks and gloves, Benavidez looked like Knuckles from Sonic out here punishing Plant. Okay. We got BX the Don that says, $5 which he says, the best way to get Canelo fight is to get in his way. Benavidez should go to 175 and cut off his path. I mean, there's no guarantee that's going to happen. Demetrius, Andre
Boo-boo.
tried to do that multiple times. We got Otito.
It's SDX Rizzy, Ness. I don't know why my shit keep changing, but shout out to y'all, Ness, Danny, man.
What up? What up?
Bless. How you?
Oh damn, it took off.
All right, I'm back. But yeah, hey, I ain't gonna lie. I agree with like most of the callers saying. Benavidez definitely is an easier fight for Canelo. Me personally, I don't even think Canelo want to get back in there with Bivol again. I mean, I just like everybody's saying, Bivol is just to me that natural weight, and I don't think Canelo really need to go back up there and do that. You feel me? With this fight, he you feel me? It'll be a better fight if he just do what he need to do against Benavidez. But I don't even really see that. Like I was really rooting for Caleb. I thought Caleb could have pulled it out, but Benavidez, he definitely made me a fucking believer because that bitch never stopped coming. And it was like when he started to face the adversity, because I don't know how y'all scored it, but them earlier rounds, I felt like Caleb was boxing, but then that shit was like a switch went on in Benavidez, and that motherfucker he went to another level in that second half of the fight, even with the bullshit. Because like y'all said, without that ref, Caleb definitely would have got knocked out. But I feel like that go into the shit where we talk about the modern day politics of boxing now, where when you fight, you looking at every advantage, the fucking rehydration clause,
ring
the
size.
Yeah, the ring
Who
size.
walk out first?
All this mental shit, all these mental games that they playing. So even with that, like people take into consideration, this is a part of shit. I need this to win the fight. So Caleb went in there. He know that, hey, shit, wrap up, break up, wrap up, break up. Like that just was part of the game plan. So he tried to do what he could, but Benavidez showed that shit. And when he got to face adversity, he gonna turn the switch on. And I don't feel like Canelo. I ain't gonna say he haven't had somebody in front of him that can do that, but that kid, I ain't gonna lie, Benavidez ain't he ain't coming to bullshit. So that'll be a good fight. I'll buy that pay per view. I'll say that. I'll definitely buy that shit. You feel me? But
Mm-hmm. That's
just
good.
came back in.
There we go.
Ain't nobody taking my boy Chris Colbert win. He fought for that shit, man.
Word.
If y'all believe it, give him a fucking rematch. I believe he'll do it again. You feel
Nah,
me?
he
Like,
say he ain't.
Yeah,
He
said
say
no
he
rematch.
say he's acted like a sore loser. He going back down to 130 to fight Hector.
yeah, fuck that nigga then. You feel me? Like, how you gonna get mad? That would, to me, and that's what I love about you, Ness. When we be doing this shit, especially when we bet, it's not about like you feel me, who can make it look better. I want to say, but it's about the actual skill of
Outcome.
boxing.
It's the outcome, man.
Yeah, the fucking
It's the
boxing. When
win, yeah.
that man got in there and did what the fuck he needed to do as a boxer. People get caught up on, like you said, the hype of the knockouts and all this shit. But if you look at for what boxing really is, that shit is to score points by hitting somebody and not getting hit. You feel
Right.
me? If you do that in whatever fashion and you mixing it up, you're boxing. You can't. Oh well, he did it like nah. Fuck all that, man. That man boxed his life out. That's my call. Shout out TBV. Like I said, Ness, you and Danny, y'all studio on the way, man. Just keep grinding every day. Like you always say, man, from my mouth to God's ears, y'all gonna have that studio, man.
Let's
Shout out
go,
to y'all.
champ. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we gotta stop playing. We need to go to the new spot and do the test run, man. I got a super chat from Fred Robinson. This will be his third of the day. Time to ring the alarm. Shout out, Fred.
Coming through heavy.
We appreciate you, champ. Let's see. So what we got with Fred is
What we got?
Fred said, people only say Bivol is the tougher fight because they already seen Canelo lose. Stop downplaying Benavidez. He deserves the fight. Can't deny that.
Yeah, I don't know that people that it's necessarily downplaying them. You know, it's just what it is.
We got Reed Jr. 11, 12 pound. 12, is that pounds or euros? That's euros, right?
Euros. Yeah.
12 euros. He says Canelo beat Benavidez. Shout out to the boxing voice from Amsterdam. Shout out to you for continuing to make us an international show. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and drop us a 5-star review on iTunes. That is absolutely free. You can do the same thing on Spotify and Stitcher. That's always amazing. Free ways to show your support.
And shout out to you. That was his first super chat. I love that YouTube's doing that.
Yeah,
now. We have a $2 from Carlos Dineo. Says, I don't think
Dominican in the house.
I don't think Canelo will fight Bivol again. That's cap. Okay.
Carlos, tú eres dominicano. Dineo. Shit. Oh,
Bro.
wait. That's spelled totally
Bro.
different than Dineo in Spanish.
Hold on.
It should have been Enya, right? Enya would have made it Spanish, I think. But I'm going to Noah in, what is it, 303? 303 is Denver? Noah in Denver. What's up? Noah.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I personally think Bivol is a little bit harder. Like Danny said, I don't think nobody's downplaying Benavidez. I think Benavidez is a terrific fighter, but Bivol is just one of the best defensive boxers in boxing right now. He's hard to hit, it's hard to find. Yeah. Just shout out to you, Danny, for being there, doing some hard work. I see the interviews you're doing. So shout out to you, Danny. Fuck that
Appreciate
Ness right
it,
off for
champ.
being bad. So fucking keep doing what you guys are doing.
Appreciate you, champ.
Brother, yo, why you?
Damn, you seen what Joshua said?
Uh-uh.
He said if he lose to Frank Martin, he retiring from boxing. I mean, not Frank Martin. What's that
Jermaine
dude's name?
Franklin. Jermaine Franklin. Country
That's
Q
crazy.
said he met me at the fight this past weekend. Shout out, champ. Appreciate you
Shout out,
coming up to
Country.
me. Yo, I was when you was in Florida. I saw this video. You know they was doing the World Baseball Classic, so it was like everybody was repping their country hard. And there was a Dominican baseball player, right? And
Word.
he did like a little interview, and they asked him about like his Dominican background, and
Word.
bro, he said how his parents, brother, this shit was so funny. His parents wanted to name his brother Charles.
In charge?
Charles.
In charge.
But instead of Charles, they named him Charo.
Charo.
Charo. Instead of Charles,
Yeah,
they named
yeah. I think
Charo.
you told us this story.
Bro, I was in fucking tears.
Charo.
I was in fucking tears. So when you was like, you said that dude name, you like, oh, you Dominican. It just reminded me of that because clearly y'all Dominicans have unique names.
Yeah, we certainly.
Yeah, you saying we had my interview with Coy made it to ESPN ringside.
Nah.
Yeah, champ, I saw it last night.
I just seen MC saying another ESPN. I didn't know she was talking about you though.
Yeah, champ.
You doing your thing out here in these streets.
You know, we working.
Just when I was like, damn, Danny, what up?
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Did they say, ooh, look at that. Oh, and they used the
Well, you
that's
know,
your old footage too, ain't
Nah, I
it?
think you know only me and Top Rank was there that day, so
Mhm.
I think that was their footage. Top
Word.
Rank that is, but yeah, man, my interview. Shout out to ESPN ringside. Shout out
Zach in Tampa, what it do? Zach.
Hey, it's funny that Danny, you mentioned Al Davis, the Raiders owner, with his little bowl cut. Every time I see that dude, it reminds me of Dumb and Dumber when dude called Jim Carrey pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
You talking about the Dumb and Dumber where
That's
they
him.
went back when they was in high school, right? And they actually put the bowl over his head.
No. The OG. No, not them. The OG.
Oh.
The cop called him a pumpkin pie haircutted freak. That's
Yes.
what I think of when I see Al
Yes.
Davis. But
Yo.
as far as Benavidez, man, he's the easier fight for Canelo by far.
You
know, we
thinking,
already seen
brother?
Canelo against
You
Bivol,
mean
got
you mean
jabbed
Mark Davis? You
Yeah,
thinking
Mark Davis.
Al Davis was the father? You
Oh,
think,
yeah, the son. Yeah, Al
you
Davis
you
is-
thinking
yeah,
of the
you're right.
father? Yeah.
Damn, they
I'm
passed
high right now,
they
Phil.
passed the franchise down?
Oh yeah, Al Davis the OG.
Lord, I didn't even know you could do that. What happened to board of directors and
Yeah,
shit?
yeah, whatever, man. You know, but Benavidez is the
It's your
easier
company,
fight. Man, we already
brother.
seen Bivol jab up Canelo. You know, Benavidez is still a question mark, and we know Canelo got an iron chin. I never seen his legs go. He never really got on his bike after a big shot. He been in there with the Triple G first fight, all them. But like I said, Benavidez, he been down, and Plant even had early success to the body. Somewhat against Benavidez with the high guard. Let Canelo rip Benavidez to the body early. He might fade later in the round. That's when Canelo becomes a killer, when he starts smelling blood. You know, Benavidez, he came with his little abs this time because he was lighter, but because of his body style, he's like 50. He's a Pop-Tart, sweetheart, soft in the middle. I think Canelo might touch that body, and later on he'll put him down.
Bro, Benavidez had an 8-pack. What do you mean soft to the middle?
Oh, 8, 6. I mean, you've seen him in his other fights. He's kind of flabby in the middle. Just his body
his
style,
other
but
fights.
Not that he ain't in
his
shape or
other
nothing.
fights, but when he stepped up to the greatest fight of his life, he came in looking the best shape of his
facts.
life.
Facts, and he'll do the same with Canelo. But he's going to come in lighter for Canelo. Canelo, every fight Canelo had.
I
at
just
any
don't
weight,
think he'll
moving
come
up,
in with a
down,
soft
whatever.
stomach is all I'm saying. I'm just trying to reassure you he will not come in with a soft stomach.
No, he won't. He won't. But I mean, Canelo is one of the best body punchers in the business, man. And Canelo's he's a dense motherfucker. He's solid at every weight. So I just think it's gonna be hard for Benavidez to hurt Canelo, man. I mean, I just, like I said, I never even seen him hurt. I never seen him on his bike. I mean, I see Benavidez down with a B level fighter. So I don't know. Canelo gonna tag him.
All right, champ. Well, that is the bell. Thank you for calling in, and thank you for not throwing any punches after the bell. We're going out the round boy fresh. What it do?
Yo, what's up, Slim?
What up? What up?
Man, what's up with y'all, man? Special shout outs to that plus 180 for that motherfucking fight going the distance. Cause without that bitch, that motherfucker, that shit would have hurt me. God dang. But yeah, man, Benavidez is hands down the easiest fight. Man. It's hands down the
You
easiest
said
fight.
hands down.
Hands down, hands down. But I'm hearing a lot of double talking. Maybe y'all can clear this shit up, Mo. What's going on with Jaime and Bivol, Mo? Because I'm getting conflicting information. Is these motherfuckers fighting or not?
Well, I mean, Eddie is just looking like he's trying to find the biggest fight for Bivol. So he's entertaining the Jaime fight because that's what, Oscar was throwing out there. But obviously the Canelo fight is bigger. But I think he could still do Jaime before Canelo.
Slim, they're fighting in the summertime, and so you want me to believe they're gonna run Bivol out in the middle of the summer? I mean, not middle of the summer, because it's gonna be the first or the second week in June. Then turn around and run them in September? Nah, bro.
That's what I was
No
saying.
dice. No dice. So I'm gonna move on from that. I don't think
I mean, it
Bivol
is
and
3
Cinnamon fight.
months. It's 3 months. It's
Slim, come
possible.
on. It's possible a few years ago it was possible. That's logical, but they ain't running boxes like that no more,
Well,
Mo. Come on.
well,
I mean,
well. To
Canelo
play
did
that,
it.
well, no. To play
Well,
devil's
yeah,
advocate,
Canelo did it. We'll give you Canelo, but
Tank
come
doing
on,
it this
like
year.
And why can't
every
Bivol?
three.
Bivol's young.
No. He didn't run it back every three. He ain't.
I mean,
Well,
Tank 3.5.
Reggie running it back. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know. That's a tough one to swallow, Mo.
I'm
I
just
don't think
playing
that's
devil's
happening.
advocate, yo.
Yeah, I know. I see what you're doing, but that's a tough one. I'm not putting my money up on saying he running it back in 3 months. I just find that hard to believe. So with that said, Mo, I know, and I wanted to bring that up. Yesterday, I think y'all left Jaime out the equation versus Benavidez. What's keeping Jaime and Benavidez from not mixing it up?
I mean, Jaime don't fight nobody. Truth be
I know,
told.
but I know, we know he the most bubble wrap motherfucker in the game. But I think Jaime should have been, if he's in talks, if Oscar he talking about making a fight with Bivol, and we see that Espinoza and Oscar got some shit working. I mean, Jaime might be a legit candidate for the Benavidez fight. I don't think Morrell and Benavidez is fighting no time soon. That's gonna be marinated. I don't see that happening. Andrade and Benavidez, I don't know about that. But like I said, man, September, it should be all about Cinnamon and Benavidez. That's all I got to say on that, Mo. But I'm boycotting Benavidez. I'm boycotting Cinnamon and Bivol. I'm not talking about it. I ain't even gonna mention that shit on none of
Damn.
my shit. I mean, come on, man. Don't nobody want to see that shit.
What
Like,
if he
come
beat
on,
him
we
though? What if he beat him though?
clear them. Don't nobody is asking for that over Benavidez and Cinnamon. We need to stop this shit,
Not
Mo. Like, we
over.
got
No,
our
I
whole.
ain't saying over, but I'm
Yeah,
saying
I
you
know,
gotta
but we
take
need
what
to
you can
hold. My
get.
whole point is, though, Danny, we need to hold these boxers and these motherfucking promoters accountable. Just give us the fight we want, then let them revisit, man. Ain't nobody asking for that shit, Mo. Give us Benavidez and Cinnamon. That's the biggest fight in boxing. Make the fight in September. We ain't trying to see no motherfucking Cinnamon and Cinnamon and Bivol. I don't mind nobody trying to see that shit, Mo. It is what it is. And that's just how I'm gonna run with it. I don't give a fuck what nobody else talking about. That's all I got for y'all, nigga. Slim, I'm out.
All right, all right, all right. Ron Boy Fresh, thank you for calling in. Appreciate the call as always. Right now, if you're watching this on YouTube, we are running the Hibernation 5 video for the Kenichi Bear headsets. Shout out to the two people that supported not only the Boxing Voice, but this great amateur carding. Obviously, they purchased a headset yesterday, and someone purchased a headset today. And truthfully, I would prefer to buy these and take my word for it and call in using them so you don't sound like Supermax, who claims to have been on an iPhone when we all know iPhones don't sound the way that he sounded. But yeah, I wouldn't be pushing these as hard as I am if they didn't truly work. They have a detachable and attachable mic, so they're absolutely perfect for all my truck drivers, all my delivery guys. Even if you're a mailman, I know we got a couple of mailmen that listen to the show. This is perfect,
Absolutely
bro.
do, yup.
Attach the mic when you're gonna make your call into the show. Take the mic off when you're just listening to the show. You can also use them as workout headphones, like many of the fighters that use these. You know, undisputed champion Franchon Cruz, the up and coming Terminator Shadeja Green, so many of your favorite fighters. So use the code TBV. Head on over to www.kenichibear.com and use the code. Get 15% off. And remember, you know, getting a set of these not only supports the show, but it's going to give you amazing audio quality if you actually happen to call into the show. We got a couple of super chats I do want to get to.
Let's go.
Looks
Couple
like
$10 ones, right?
Yep. Looks like we
Jaime,
got
is it Jaime the first one? Just want to make sure.
I think Nieto,
Yes.
right?
Jaime Nieto, $10 super chat says, I feel David is ready for Canelo. I'm a fan of both, but I see Canelo as a bad matchup for David. I think Canelo beats David easier than people think. No hate. Canelo has more tools and ways to win. And then $10 super chat from Tevis Smith. He feels the opposite, Ness. He says, I still got David beating Canelo, but I'm not as sure as I was before. Caleb gasses out around the 7th round in every fight. David should have got him out of there. He's got to work on being a better finisher.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, you have to admit that the referee was being, you know, pretty. You know, he was fucking up the fight, bro. Like, let's just be real. He wasn't letting Benavidez work the way that he could have been able to work. You know, if we would have had a Steve Smoga in there, that fight would have been a totally different outcome. We got a $2 super chat. Second one from Carlos Dinel. He says Munguia beat Liam Smith, Rosado, Saddam Ali. Don't forget. He got some wins, man.
Hold on, read them again.
Munguia beat Liam Smith, who's doing his thing right now. Just got to win over Eubank.
No. Just read me the names, brother.
Gabe Rosado. And Saddam Ali. Don't forget.
Only one of those names was in the last fucking 4.5 years.
Okay. I mean, he still beat him. You can't get every fight you want.
When I bring up Canelo, I don't bring up typically Austin Trout and shit like that. Usually I bring up, shit more recent than that. But
Word.
But we do appreciate
people talking about, y'all gonna do a show with Lady Shannon in the UK. If she got the weed, if she bringing the Budski, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no Budski, I don't know how you getting on the show. Straight up. LV Slugger, what up?
TBV.
LV.
TBV. Y'all hear me?
LV, I hear you.
Hello, y'all hear me? Yeah, man.
I hear you.
Eddie Hearn, man. You know, him being promoted, he is. You know, we've seen over the years. I feel like you gotta, just take whatever he say with a grain of salt. You know, he's going to support his fighters, especially the guys that's bringing in the bag. With Canelo and AJ being two of his biggest fighters over there. Bringing in the money they do. He gonna support and favor them in just about anything. If you ask me, I think both fights are equally hard for Canelo. Canelo being damn near 70 fights in, I think a young up and comer, not even up and comer, former 2-time champion and Benavidez would definitely give him problems. You know what I'm saying? I can see what people can try to say Bivol or give him problems, more problems than Benavidez, because he's the fundamental style, him being at 175. But I think Benavidez being that young, hungry, champion, you know what I'm saying, with that overwhelming type of style, throwing all them punches, I think it was equally, both of them equally, it'd be hard for Canelo. So I mean, I just want to see the Benavidez, like a lot of the callers saying, man, we seen Bivol Canelo, you know what I mean? But he want to right us wrong, and Eddie supporting him, he gonna try to make that fight for him. But I feel like Benavidez been fighting for this spot, fighting to get to this opportunity, and I feel like they need to go ahead and do that, You know, especially WBC, they couldn't wait to make Yildirim the Mando. Let's go ahead and hop on it. You know, after this Ryder fight, especially with him fighting at
Why
168.
you keep saying that?
Let's
You know
get.
Yildirim was waiting 2 years for that?
I mean, how long
This like the
Benavidez been waiting?
second, this like
How
the
long been?
2 years.
How long
2
Benavidez been waiting on
years.
it?
2 years.
So that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
just saying,
WBC need to hop
stop
on it.
saying that
They need to.
that
Nah,
they
I ain't
hopped
stopping
on
nothing.
it. That they didn't
I'm not
hop
stuck.
on
Yeah,
it.
they was on it. They hopped on. Yes, they did.
No, they
They
didn't.
hopped
The
on.
man,
They
bro,
didn't have
the man had to go to
Man,
like
come on,
court and everything, bro. It was like a 2 year
Man, they
process.
hopped
All
on
right,
it.
man, whatever, dog. You want to live in your
They
head
hopped
with
on it,
lies,
man.
live in your
They
head,
couldn't.
man.
They couldn't wait to name
Whatever,
Yildirim the
brother.
Mando.
Whatever,
Let's
brother.
go
Yeah.
ahead and get Benavidez
You mean
the
you
Mando.
can't wait to
Let's
lie?
go
You
ahead.
can't wait to
What
lie.
I'm saying, what was Yildirim's last fight before that Mando when they called the Mando?
Darrell,
What was his fight against?
Darrell.
Exactly. How did that go? How did that go?
He was winning.
How did that fight
He
end?
was winning. Did you
But I'm
watch
saying,
it?
how did it end? How did it end? I'm saying, how did it end though?
Didn't it
What
end?
was the
Didn't it
result
end
of it?
out of a cut or a headbutt? What is you talking about, man?
I'm saying what was the
I'm about to
result
get you
of it
off
though?
the show,
Who
man.
won?
You acting crazy right now.
I'm saying who won? Who
I
won the fight?
don't know. You tell me. You asking these
Then
rhetorical
nobody
ass
win the fight.
questions.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Ain't nobody win that. They canceled the shit. So how is he now the Mando?
Bruh.
That's what I'm saying. They couldn't wait to
Anthony
hop on.
won
They
the
hopped on
fight.
it.
Anthony won the fight, and that was the issue. That was the issue. Because of them giving the fight due to a cut when Yildirim was winning, somehow they owed him a shot. He didn't end up getting a shot. Look, that happened in 2019.
All right, man. All right,
I'm just
whatever
keeping
say,
it
man.
real.
Yo,
you
man,
you
like,
want to
Benavidez-
say what you want to
that's
say.
not
I'm
no
giving you the
real.
facts.
How can you lose the fight? How do you lose the fight and then you still call the Mando because he was winning? What?
Yo,
That
take
don't
that
even
up
make no
with the
sense.
WBC because
This
it was
man
a
is undefeated.
it was a
That's what I'm-
vacant title
and
shot.
That's what I'm on.
It was a
And
vacant
that's
title
what I'm
shot.
on.
That's
And
why.
That's what I'm on
You know
right
they
now.
got rules when
That's
it's
what I'm taking
vacants.
it up with the WBC on my call. That's what I'm on right
No,
now.
but you're not.
hop
But
on
you're
your
not.
shit,
You saying
WBC,
they jumped on
and
it
make Benavidez
fast
the
and they
Mando.
didn't.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
did.
telling you.
They
No, they
did.
didn't. No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Man, all right.
What's your
All right, whatever
definition
you
of
say, man. But
fast
look,
then?
as soon as Canelo won that belt, he had to fight Yildirim as the Mando. As soon as he won that belt from Caleb Smith, what was his next fight?
Yildirim.
Exactly.
And what's
So
your
that's what I'm saying. They
definition of
hopped on it.
fast, though? What's your definition of fast? Because from
Bro,
what I
that was,
see,
as soon as he won
what
the
I
title,
see, it took
as soon
2
as he won the title,
years.
his next fight was his Mando.
All right.
As soon as
You
he
don't
won
want to
that
listen
title,
to
his next
reason,
fight was the
man.
Mando.
You don't want to listen to
That's
reason.
what I'm telling. Am I lying?
You are. You are. It took 2 years. The Darrell fight happened in 2019. The Canelo fight happened in 2021. You're a liar. And I'm trying to tell you, and you just keep going with your lies because a lot of you rather lie on Canelo than tell the truth. It's corny. Georgie, what up?
Yo, what's happening, people?
What's
Yo,
good?
Nate, you going to the UK?
That's the plan. I got my ticket,
Man,
but
I
I'm waiting
got
for Danny's everything to go through, and then we make it official.
Just make sure you check out with Lady Chan, though.
Yeah, man, I'll check her out if she got some bud. If she ain't got no bud, I ain't going to see her.
All right, my bro. Yo, I need a little customer services, baby, from TBB. Grandfather me in, because I tried to, you remember like I called the other time talking about fucking Ryan and the girls, how they work with the economy. Oh, Danny, what's from El Paso, Texas? That was fucking Oscar de la Hoya pack. Anyways, I put that shit in the comment on TBB, on the video, and my fucking comments are blocked. Some motherfucker blocked me, so try to unblock me, buddy.
What?
You heard?
What?
My comments. Nobody can see my comments on TBB. Somebody blocked me there.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You
I
mean you
mean,
don't
send
know?
me
Try to
send
figure
me
it out
send
when
me
you beat this shit.
send me your YouTube URL as a DM to the Boxing Voice.
As a DM?
Yes, I need the
All right,
link.
I'ma do that, though.
The URL means the
Ain't
link.
gonna do- Yeah. All right, so everybody out there, before I say support the channel and all that shit, Viva Mexico! Viva fucking Mexico, bro. Let Canelo do whatever the fuck he want to do. Yo, and all this shit that the United States trying to go to war with fucking Mexico. American love Mexicans. So cut that bullshit. Congress, whatever the fuck, talking that crazy shit.
Yo, get out of here,
Don't got
bro. You
anything else
always
to...
calling in with politics, man. Kick rocks.
But, baby, but that's
Nobody
true. We
care
love
about your
Mexico.
politics.
Fuck all
It's a
that
boxing
shit.
show. Forgot it. Go to a political show and call in and talk about
But
politics.
anyways, everybody support the channel, donate, I'm outie.
Dudes be calling in and talking about the weirdest shit. Like, are we not boxing? But anyway, moving on to some more callers. We got Alex in Florida.
Hello, can you hear me?
Perfect.
All
Damn,
right,
that
yeah.
shit
So,
sounds
Eddie Hearn saying what he said.
amazing. What the
I mean,
fuck?
I think instead of saying easier, I think he should have said, Bivol's the harder fight. Because, like many people have said, they're both hard fights and they're different. Benavidez is going to be more of a pressure fighter, while Bivol is going to use more angles, use his feet, as we saw in the first matchup. But I mean, I would say for Canelo that the Benavidez style is going to be easier for him. Someone that's going to stand there, someone that he can counter. How he would deal with the Benavidez counters, I'm not too sure. I definitely want to see it. That pace. How will Canelo deal with it? We don't know, and I feel like Canelo's been slowing down a little bit in the past couple fights. We know he's been dealing with injuries for the past couple of years as well. And I thought he had his gas tank under control during his undisputed run, but I think in the B-ball fight, everyone expected him to give a late push, and that wasn't the case at all. And then he definitely seemed like he gassed out. Could have been from the injury because that is a tiring thing to deal with. But so yeah, we don't know. I guess maybe some answers, will be given in this John Ryder fight for however long it lasts, and if John Ryder can push him. But I mean, honestly. I don't fucking care about this B-ball fight. Like, I think as a community, as just boxing fans, I think we all should be screaming from the top of the mountain, like, yo, we want Benavidez versus Canelo. It's a better style matchup. It's more entertaining. And like you have said, it is earned by Benavidez. He's been waiting. He's been stopping dudes. He just fought, a same opponent as Canelo and beat him up in a different way. And I think we're satisfied and we just need to get the fight. So please, no Bivol versus Canelo 2. We want Canelo versus Benavidez ASAP. No fighting. We already get one fight, waiting on this John Ryder. Canelo, Benavidez, September, Mexican Independence Weekend. Please and thank you.
All right, bro. You sound totally different with that mic.
Yeah, I'm actually at home on my headset.
That shit sounds phenomenal. Seriously.
Really,
really
all right.
good. Really good.
All right, man. Appreciate
All
you.
right. So I'm just screen sharing this article here for, the C Dubs of the world. What was his name? That was LV, I think. And what do we have here? What do we have here? Why is this not filling in? All right. So even right there, it says it. A loss typically doesn't lift the fighter into mandatory contender position, but Suleiman says the WBC invested considerable time mulling the situation of Yildirim's defeat and ruled he qualified as a mandatory opponent for the winner of Benavidez Durrell, September 2019. Okay? So before Canelo was ever in that situation of stepping in for Benavidez and fighting for those titles, the decision for Yildirim to be the mandatory already took place in 2019. So then he stepped aside and obviously accepted step-aside money to let David Benavidez fight Romero Angulo, which you'll see right here. Whom Benavidez punished, right? So look, they knew Yildirim, 29, stepped aside from his mandatory position previously in allowing Benavidez to fight Angulo, whom Benavidez punished in the 10th round. So again, I don't get this weird, lust that these grown men have with Canelo, and they feel they need to lie on another grown man. But yeah, it's black and white. You can try and lie all you want, but you're pretty much a weirdo, because the truth is there. So I don't get it. I don't get why even make things up. You know what I mean? Oh no, they were quick to do this. Fucking 2 years. You know what I mean? That's not quick. Year them waited, stepped aside, waited some more. Not quick. Not quick. But yeah, man. Moving on, we have damn, Mr. O'Malley. Didn't I go to you today? I feel like I went to you. The Alley Cat. Alley Cat. All right, we got Majid. What's up? Majid. What's your excuse? What's your excuse? You're not hearing you. Not hearing you. Majid, let's try you again. Hopefully this works. All right, I'm not hearing him. You. Yes, yes.
Restart the app.
What's up, brother?
Yo, Danny, I got a question for you, man. Who did you have on that Valenzuela fight winning?
Danny was live at the fight, and he's actually not here. He's making more coffee. So I don't know how he scored it, but yeah.
Yo, did you see the copy box, the punch stats yet, Ness?
No, no, no.
I mean, dude, Valenzuela almost outlanded him by 100 more power punches, bro.
Yeah, I mean,
And then per round,
I've
look at
always said that I don't trust CompuBox. It's just a man sitting ringside with a counter, a clicker. The ones they use for Great Adventures when you're going through the ride, that's all it is. So if he doesn't see you land, he doesn't click the button. And what if you land and he doesn't click the button in time because it's all reactional? Yeah, I'm good with CompuBox. I use my eyes. My eyes showed me that Rayo won the
how many
rounds that
times
he won, and that's all that he won.
did you rewatch the fight?
What for?
I don't know, man.
I scored
Maybe
it the first time. The people that need to rewatch the fight are the people that were lazy and didn't have a scorecard. I scored it round by round. That like literally live. I told people like, bro, we're in the second, going into the third round, and it's 19-18. He lost the
yeah, no, I
second
didn't. I
round.
didn't.
Like, you get a knockdown and lose the second round. You tell me if you didn't lose the fight. How do you lose momentum after getting a knockdown? How do you lose the next round? And that was the story. That was the story of that fight. He would hurt Colbert when he would hurt Colbert. And if he didn't hurt Colbert, he would lose the round.
Well, you got to understand, man, that they're both. He's coming out of a fight where he was too aggressive, and he got caught in the last fight.
I mean, that sounds like a choice in game plan. How is that a robbery for Colbert?
No, I'm not. I still think Colbert lost. I mean, I don't think. I mean, and nonetheless, man, that's just. I mean, no disrespect to Colbert, but I mean, it just anything he was landing flush, man. I don't know if Culver's chinny or what's the problem, but I mean, dude, he was making him, dance the Macarena and everything he hit him with.
And guess what? You're right about that. Now, keep that thought in your head and ask yourself, why couldn't Rayo knock him out? Why couldn't he capitalize? And how the fuck the smaller man start walking you down?
Bro,
Because
that's a good
Colbert
question.
moved up in weight. And Colbert was pushing him back, landing his left hook on Rayo. I mean, maybe
I
you
get it,
need
bro,
to
but
rewatch the fight.
but this is my thing, man. Just cause you move up in weight doesn't mean now the smaller man all of a sudden gets the bigger credit, man. Because you don't know if he's just making more of a sacrifice to make the smaller weight, man. It's kind of like giving Davis credit.
But brother, which one
Davis,
is it? Which one is it? Is Rayo a puncher or not? Because I can't move up in weight and not get knocked out by a big puncher. Like, it don't make sense. Like,
listen, at the end of the day, the person's fault is Roger because he let him live, man. At the end of the day, if you feel like he
so we
got
saying
robbed,
the same
he
thing. We saying
he,
the
he
same
robbed
thing.
himself because
He didn't do
he
enough.
should. I thought he still won, but he should have put him away. He should have stopped
So what
toying with
rounds
him
you
and
gave him,
smiling.
brother? What rounds you gave him? Because I got
Honestly,
my
last night
scorecard.
I saw that. I saw you have the scorecards. I gotta do my scorecards because I watched it last night. I was at the gym and I didn't score, and I was like, damn, I should have scored that shit. But I saw it last night again because I heard your show, but I saw in this show you put the scores. I'm gonna go and rewatch it, and then I'll call in tomorrow. But at the end of the day, man, it's Roger's fault. He let him live. He should have stopped toying with him and smiling and shit like that, and he should just put his ass away. I don't know why he didn't do that. Which was the same thing that I felt that was gonna happen to Benavidez, man. I thought Benavidez was gonna get wasn't gonna get the decision because every time he had him, even though Benavidez was fighting Kenny Bayless and Plant at the same time, I was kind of hoping in one of those clinches Benavidez would have knocked the fuck out of Kenny Bayless. But you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, that's Valenzuela's fault. He shouldn't have left that shit to the judges.
For sure.
But when Danny comes back from
He's
making
here.
coffee, ask
I'm
him,
here.
what's up, Danny?
What's up?
I heard you in the background in all those ES News videos, man. You were doing your thing over there, back and forth everywhere, man.
Oh yeah, you know I'm working. Yes, sir.
How was the atmosphere, man? You had a good time?
Bro, it was great, man. It was great. I was telling Ness, and I know I said it on the show. I was concerned throughout the week. I'm like, damn, man, I don't know if it's gonna be a big fight. There was a lot of events going on in Vegas that night, but it was phenomenal. A lot of big names came out. It was great to see.
Nice, man. I'm happy for you, bro. What did you think about that Culver Valenzuela? Who did you have seen it live?
I thought it was a close fight. I didn't score it. But I'll tell you that everybody in the media section around me felt that it was close, and they were not surprised that Colbert won.
No, Jim Gray needs
Nice.
to be fired. Talking about the travesty. That decision was horrible. It's like he not even supposed to take sides. He turning into Larry Merchant right now.
Hey, that's the first time he does that, brother. He had all right to do that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yo, I thought Roger and Cobra were gonna go at it there, man. Cause, bro, come on, but Nez, dude, Cobra was tweaking out of both eyes and his jaw, bro. He got fucking hurt every time, bro. I don't know why Valenzuela let him
Bro,
live.
you just showing how much of a casual you are, bro. Honestly, you don't impress me by talking like, because marks on your face don't mean you want to fight. Danny
No, it
Garcia's
wasn't the
face.
marks, bro.
Man, get out
It
of here,
was
bro.
it
You
wasn't the
just literally said,
marks.
look at his eyes. Both his eyes. It don't matter. A fight is scored by rounds. 10-9,
Bro, but
10-8. It's that
I get
simple.
it, bro.
You
But
want to make it more
the pit
difficult. I'm not making it
the pity
difficult.
patting the pity patting
That
shit
pity pat
that
won. That pity pat won. That pity pat got you
you're right.
calling in, crying for your man. Pity
Nah,
pat
man, I
that.
don't care who won,
Pity
man.
pat
I
that.
do whatever
And
is
let me
best
tell
for
you something.
boxing.
And let me tell you something else. How the fuck he pity pat moving up in weight and your man is the one not coming forward. If I'm nigga, if you can't fucking punch, I'm walking you down, beating the shit out you. But I guess you could punch, because you kept me back. You kept me in
Listen, at
position.
the end of the
You
day,
kept
it's
me, you
Valenzuela's
kept me
fault.
in order. You kept me in order. You kept me in line. You didn't let me
Nuts, let him
fucking
finish
get
his call.
outside
Let him finish
myself.
his call, Nuts.
No,
Let him finish
he
his call.
been finished. He cooked. He cooked. He's
All right.
showing that he's tight as fuck. That his man ain't get the
Listen,
win.
listen. He's not my man, bro. Boxing's my thing. I don't care who wins. We got to
You
get
care.
Valenzuela on a
You
call.
care.
We got to
You
get
care.
you. We got to
Unanimous,
get
not
Valenzuela.
split. Unanimous.
We got to get Valenzuela on a call and see why he did what he did, and he didn't go after him. That's
Bruh,
all
he
we could
gonna
do. You know
tell
what
you.
I'm
He
saying?
gonna tell you. Floyd told me I got robbed. You seen what he's saying? Get out of here, man.
I didn't see the video, but I mean, who gives a shit what Floyd thinks? I mean,
He
he's not the
cares.
judge, and
He cares. He cares. He telling
well,
everybody in an interview. Floyd said I got robbed. He
But
cares.
we appreciate the call.
all right, bro.
Thank you. Yes, thank you
I'm
very
just
much.
keeping it real. He the one kid.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the
Wait, what up?
call. Hello.
Yo, what up, you hear me?
We hear you. We hear you.
Oh, okay. Yo, as far as the topic, I think David Lee is the easiest fight. I thought Flash was on boxing in the first half.
Bruh, you
The
underwater.
fight's pretty easy, man. Shit. What about now?
Yes.
Way better. Way better.
Cool. All right. I think David will be the easier fight. I thought Plant was outboxing him the first half, like pretty easy, actually. I just feel like he gassed and, them shots just took his toll eventually. I think Canelo, he'll stay within punching range and, he'll counter. He'll do his head movement, counter, do what he do. I think he should stay away from Bivol for, a little bit. Hell, honestly, personally, I want to see Canelo move up to cruiserweight and fight Bobby Jack, add on to the legacy. Shit. Yeah, that's my call.
All right. I got a couple super chats here.
Yo, that was a great suggestion. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Badu one day.
Boxing Patron, $5 super chat says, everyone talking about that Benavidez motor, but will that motor being going after that Canelo body attack? Bivol hard to hit to the body. Benavidez right there. Shout out for Boxing Patron with the $5 super chat. We'll see, man. I mean, I don't know. Benavidez's body looks off in previous fights, but not no more. That's for sure. He came into this fight in tip-top shape. We got another super chat here from Jack. $5 super chat. He says, to the guy just on, what headset is that? I want it for work. That was from Alex, because Alex, you did sound phenomenal. We got Chuck Supremacy. He says, $5 super chat, if Chris was a heavier puncher, Rayo would have gotten hurt many times. If Chris wasn't a puncher, Rayo would have walked him down like he should have.
He definitely has something to at least respect.
SDX Renzi says, counterpunch. Shit, SDX, you sent the counterpunch on Cash App. I totally forgot about you. My bad.
Talk to us, champ.
No problem, Nash, man. I love supporting the show. I had to call in for two other callers that hopped on, man. One caller was talking about this shit about Canelo gonna break Benavidez down with the body soft shit. I don't know what the fuck he was looking at, but Benavidez, that nigga was in shape. You ain't about to tell me that he got an 8-pack and that shit soft. And then I'm like, okay, even that, I feel like Caleb tried to go to the body, but I don't know. Y'all need to watch that fight again because that man literally turned on the switch in the second half. Like Caleb, I don't know people saying Caleb wasn't hurting him, but Caleb was touching that man, and it's just he knew what he had to do to make that fight happen, even with the ref and shit in between that. So I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Benavidez gonna give Canelo a run for his money. That's gonna be a good fight. But with this Rayo and Chris Colbert shit, y'all stop calling in with the bullshit. Fight for yourself, man. Rayo was the naturally bigger man. And if we want to talk about how the night went, even if we look at it, okay, Chris Colbert, he got the win that supposedly he wasn't supposed to get. And if Caleb would have did the same thing and got that win, like, no, bro, get the fuck out of here with that shit. When Caleb was outboxing fucking Benavidez said, "Oh shit, I gotta do what I need to do to fucking win this fucking fight." You feel me? That's what you do a puncher against a boxer. Fucking Ryo didn't do that shit. He stayed there and got his ass outboxed and outboxed and outboxed. That's a technician. That's what the fuck boxing is, bro. Y'all just be thinking, oh, he got a cut. Oh, his eye twitching. What the fuck? You could put somebody, a sweat could get in your eye and your eye twitch. We know y'all motherfuckers casual because if you ain't never got in the ring and got some sweat in your eye, that shit'll make you walk around the ring with your eye closed for a round just off sweat alone. So
But
what y'all think?
my eye twitching. Why you can't beat me up? Now I can see only with one eye because I'm
You
twitching.
supposed to you supposed to be this puncher, the bigger guy. Walk him the fuck down. And Ryo didn't do that, bro. Benavidez showed what a puncher really got to do against a boxer to get him. And he ain't get him out of there, but to make that shit, okay, I bet he won this fight. And I give Benavidez that shit. I'm box over puncher any day. But Benavidez showed what the fuck he supposed to do. Ryo got exactly what his ass got. He got outboxed and he lost that fight, bro. I don't want to hear that shit. Chris Colbert won that shit hands down. Shout out TBV. That's my card, man.
Shout out SDX
Appreciate the
Renzi.
call.
I
Appreciate the call.
got
We got a super chat now.
from the Jack Artist $2 super chat with a funny one. He says Pity Pat Rayo was bleeding from both nostrils, and that's what I'm saying. Chris can't punch, but yeah, let me.
Bobby Shaw, $10 super chat says, "Hey Ness, save Nello. Can you make a show about Better Beef and he's ducking Mandos? We need Better Beef versus Bivol. It's not fair to beat up on Canelo. Like, what's taking so long to make Bivol Better Beef?
Yeah,
Seems like money's the issue.
Yeah, money. But we got hella callers. We gonna keep these phone lines moving. Who we got?
Make sure to smash that like button. It's free.
We got a counterpunch actually from Alex with the Voice of God microphone.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because this really is just a cheap little microphone. So I'm glad that it's coming out nice and clear. The last caller kind of took a little steam off of what I was gonna say, but yeah, it's just getting really annoying with all this robbery. He was robbed. Like it was a close fight. I actually scored fights. I'm actually a part of a community that runs a website called fight-score.com. I believe we had it out there pretty close. I know my scorecard was 95, 94. I also look at BoxRec, and I think they had it like 96, 94 with like 210-10. So
And I had it 96, 93.
yeah, like there was a couple. I think round 10 is like a lot of times where I see people flipped. A lot of people liked Ryo's.
Actually,
What he
95,
did right at
94,
the end.
excuse me.
Okay, yeah, people saw at the end of the round Ryo finally did something, but the rest of that round was all Chris Colberg, and I gave it to him. And it seems rounds 3, 4, and 5 were pretty close. But yeah, it seems a lot of people also that are actually commenting that it was a stoppage. I mean, I'm sorry, a robbery. I have never heard them say one fucking score. So
No, they
I
never
would.
score it. It's always a robbery, but they didn't score it. I gotta rescore it. I gotta rewatch it. Like, no, I was busy, but I watched it. It's like, get out of here.
Right, and they're looking at the TV because they're hearing the crowd on the TV. I get it. He did win rounds.
Bro,
The
it was
rounds
a
he did
pro
win.
Rayo crowd. It's a Benavidez
Nah,
crowd,
yo,
and he's a stablemate.
I remember there was like a 3-punch, 4-punch combination,
I
and
didn't
it was
even
like
land.
he slipped each and every single punch, and the crowd was going berserk. And I'm just looking at like everybody else in the media section. They're like, "Yo, he missed." I'm like, "Oh, okay, just making sure."
But yeah. So I mean, he did win when he won rounds. He won them clear and by wide margins. But it's like you said, it's round by round. So yeah, I implore people, please actually score the fight and screw those apps. Go to fight-score.com. Also, I want to talk about the Pick'em League. This is week 2. We're doing the main card on the zone, and then we're doing the full card excluding Jeremiah Milton because he doesn't have an opponent. It's $10
Damn, he
entry.
don't got an opponent?
Now it was TBA
That's
when I looked and created it
crazy.
yesterday.
My man
But
been
yeah,
training for mad long. That's
we do have
whack.
I do post it in TBV's Discord, and we created a separate Discord where we vote on the fights. I come up with an idea. Hey, main card, full card, just main event, co-main. Mostly we're doing televised fights for now, but we'll see how it goes because every week's not going to be loaded like it was last week. But yeah, so if you're part of the Discord, please reach out to me, Zoro de la Vega. If anything else, if you're not part of the Discord, we can figure something else out, like my Instagram. But yeah, $10 entry. And yeah, man, come join us and show that you know boxing. All right, man.
Don't just
Appreciate y'all.
talk about it, be about it.
Let's
You know
go,
what I'm
champ.
saying?
Appreciate it.
Shout
Appreciate
out
the
to
call.
Vega with the counterpunch. We got Majid, Discord. What up?
Ness Ness, what's good? You
What
can
up?
hear me?
Perfect.
All right, yeah, I had got booted out of that Twitter Spaces, but whatever. Everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Uh, yeah, Alex just spoke about that little boxing betting league, whatever that shit called. I can't remember names for shit. But what I do remember is everybody need to join that shit, so I could take y'all money. Thank you in advance. Um, as far as this Eddie Hearn statement, I feel like Eddie Hearn played chess and he just know how to keep shit relevant. So I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it is what it is. Eddie gonna say what if it's AJ, he gonna talk Wilder Fury and whoever the fuck else. But what I do remember is that PBC threw that offer for about 50 mil. You know what I'm saying with the pay-per-view and shit, and that's a big ass wad for Canelo pocket. So I mean, Eddie Hearn say some shit, I'll just say prove it. But Canelo, he already OG status with all the shit he accomplished. He could even fucking jump up the cruiserweight and try to fight Badu Jack if he want. So I ain't on nothing. What I am on is though, all these other niggas at 168 that been chasing this nigga for over 10 years. Like, yo, just fight each other, man, and give us a show and make history one way or another. If you can't do plan A, go to plan B. So that's my message. Fight the other niggas at 168 and make your legacy, man. Stop chasing one nigga. If it was a girl and y'all was chasing them for that long, what would that make y'all? Like, I just want to see niggas just fight each other. Cause if y'all can't
That
get
would
it, y'all
make
got
you. That would make you consistent.
consistent stalkers.
Stalker.
But yeah, man, that's all I got. And shout out to y'all, man. Light him up. I'm out.
All right. Who is next? We going out to Two Tone the Superstar.
Yo, 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 yo.
What up?
Boxer
Yo,
boys. Yo. What up? Yo. All Ryo gotta do, this what Ryo gotta do. He gotta call Javante Tank Davis on the phone and figure out how to beat somebody coming from a smaller weight class. Javante got all the experience in that, and I say that respectfully. One thing, Robert Garcia just said that Canelo is too proud to get beat by another Mexican. He would rather get beat by a Russian. I want to know what y'all think about that. And Danny, I need to ask you a question. Have you ever been in a car with yams?
Of
yeah,
course.
yeah.
Both yams.
Has any of the yams ever asked you put on Eminem?
Nah,
Oh, he talking about those yams.
nah,
Nah.
nah.
All right, man. That's my call, man.
But
That's my call.
yams don't ask you to put on Jada either.
Word.
Well, yeah, you ain't never been to any barbecue where they said put on Eminem. Now stop
I
it.
ain't
Stop.
never been with any yam that asked me to play Jada or fucking Styles P or Andre 3000. Man, get out of here, man. Knock it off.
What? Andre?
Man,
They ain't never said put on Outkast.
Yeah,
man,
nah,
knock it
I
off.
can't say about Outkast. Outkast definitely get played at the barbecues.
But that ain't the question. He trying to add new
cookouts.
shit. Man, ain't
Nah,
nobody.
I ain't gonna lie though, bro.
Bruh, it's about is Eminem good or not. He trying to make it cookout shit so he can make it cultural. Get out of here.
Nah, no yams is requested, Eminem. Y'all have a good day, my brothers. Fire show, bro. Fire show.
Appreciate you.
All
Big
right.
Balls Nino.
Yeah, no, I mean definitely Outcast.
At a barbecue, but ain't nobody fucking playing
Nah,
Outkast as a lyricist. Like, yeah,
Yo,
words
you can
bar.
hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, man. They
nah,
about to take this shit off the
uh,
mountaintop again.
Yeah, man. I don't even start that Eminem shit back up, man. Niggas gonna be on that shit all day,
oh, that was a
dog.
real thing.
That was a real
That's when
thing.
I was on the shitter. Okay.
But yeah, man. About this Benavidez shit with everybody calling in, I really don't see how people watch Benavidez lose pretty much the whole first half of the fight, and now everybody be like, oh yeah, feed him to Canelo. He ready to beat Canelo and all this shit. Like I really feel like he need to beat another top dog before I feel like he ready. And it's just like I called in the other day. I said it's like we go off this eye test, and then when you get in there, they get in there with somebody. You see some shit where you be like, okay, I might need to step back a little bit. It's just like with Boots and Karen. You feel me? Like the nigga he did a whole 360 trying to hit Karen, fool. And then it's like, nigga, what I look like saying, oh, he could beat Spence and he can't even cut off the ring. Like, you feel me? So it's just like, bro, you just need to take a step back. And it's like with Bivol, like, bro, that nigga is a monster, bro. It's like he's a monster. He don't get hit. And it's like he got one of the best defensive percentages in all of boxing. Like he up there with Shakur and shit. And it's like when you seen Canelo fight him, dude was only hitting his arms damn near. Like his arms was red as hell. His face was perfect. And it's like with I ain't, and another thing too, I heard hella people calling in talking about Caleb going knock Benavidez out. I ain't heard nobody talk about they lost money on him, not knocking him out. All them niggas disappeared. Ain't nobody said shit about that. I mean, it's like Canelo, he got power, dog. Like Caleb is a pillow fish, nigga. We all knew that, bro. Like everybody was like, even with Porter saying Caleb was gonna knock him out, bro. Nobody believed that shit. Like that knockout came out of nowhere that Caleb got. But we all knew he has good skill and whatnot. But that power shit was just that was a fluke. But with Canelo would make easy work of that nigga Benavidez, dog. Like he lost way too many early rounds, and then the nigga was flinching so hard off Caleb. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb would motherfucking act like he'll give him a feint. Motherfucking Benavidez be you feel you know how you be like flinching, give me two. It was like that nigga was acting like that. So it's like with Canelo, dog. I see Canelo hitting him with some hot shit, bagging him up. And it's like, nigga, you want to come in here, your face is not gonna be, you feel me, looking like you just got out of sparring after
90
12 with me, nigga.
seconds.
You feel me? But like I said, I don't know how anybody looked at that last performance and be like, Benavidez gonna be a tougher fight than Bivol. Like I don't even see what motherfuckers be saying. And about the Cobra shit, that shit was 6-4, man. You feel me? It's a 1 round difference, bro. Like if you want to swing it either way, you can. But I don't see how motherfuckers be like, oh, it's a robbery. I had it. I had him win in 1 round. Like it's okay to be like, oh, this nigga won 1 round. Like it's okay. We all got different opinions and shit like that. But I feel like it was kind of clear though. To be honest, I feel like it was a clear 6-4. And if it wasn't for that knockdown in the first, it would have been easier than that. He was boxing his head off, and dude only had a couple good spurts. But y'all hit that like and subscribe button. I'm out of here.
All right, champ. All right. Let me see here. We got a couple super chats I got to get to. Last two coming in from Bobby Shaw. Fat two $10. We're going to drop a bomb. It's two $10 definitely equal. Bente. And Bobby Shaw says, hey, Ness. No, we said that, right? Save Nello. We said that. Next one was, no one at PBC gives Canelo problems. Charlo, easy. David, easy. These Euros beat up everyone. Americans ain't cutting it no more. I want Wait, Billy, David versus Bivol. Move up. Fight someone your own size. Bro, he making weight that is his own size. You sound like a crybaby right now, Bobby. I hate to say that to a guy, super chatting like that, but like if you make the weight, you get the fight at that division, bro. You can't tell him to get out his division because you scared that he's dominating. No, sir. No, sir. That man make the weight, he could fight there all day. Wade, what is up? in West Virginia.
Yo, you are,
What's up? What's up?
yo, you had already got me, bro. I guess I was still in the queue. My bad.
All right, no worries. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. We're gonna go to Ronnie. What's up?
Good morning. Good morning,
Good
gentlemen.
morning, champ. Good morning. How are you?
Good, good. How you guys feeling today, man? Good
Man,
show.
blessed.
Loving that.
We can't complain. We're blessed. Thank you.
Danny, thank you. Thank you for all the hard work you be putting in, man. It's noticed and we see it, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
Ness, thank you for these long ass shows, man. We greatly appreciate that shit too, man. Um,
Appreciate it, man. Danny don't.
I
He
think
be
it
hating on me.
gets me through my work morning, brother. Um, I think people need to put a little more respect on David Benavidez, man. At this point, I think he's done everything we've asked him to do. He had minor setbacks that he's lost his bouts. You know what I mean? Not in the ring. His little fucking problem he had in living in Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? Being Mexican. He grew up in a rough part of Phoenix too. You know what I'm saying? He grew up. My brother and them hung with the same dudes and shit. Um, so I can understand the little setbacks he had and the issues he had, and issues his brother had outside the ring. But in regards to the question you're asking today, which is a tougher fight? I'm biased. I'm from Phoenix. I'm gonna go with my boy all the time, but I'm gonna put it this way: a tougher fight to me is gonna be somebody coming at me nonstop, trying to knock my motherfucking head off, and that's what David's gonna do. He's gonna come nonstop. Then body shots, and people were talking about when he was down the first part of the fight. Maybe he was down. I didn't have him down as much as you guys, but like I said, I got a biased opinion. I can admit that shit. I think that Canelo's a slow starter also. So when come half point of the fight, both these dudes are figuring each other out, and they're both coming through. And with their second win, ready to go. Benavidez don't stop from beginning to end, and Canelo's a second. He's a second half fighter. He does his studies like Terrence Crawford, like Floyd Mayweather, like Gervonta Davis. Starts slow, fills out his opponent, and then goes for the glory. But we already know Bivol's going to be a hard fight for him because we've already seen what happened. I think I gave Canelo 3 or 4 rounds in their fight, and even those rounds were close. It was Bivol was he's a better boxer, but I never seen I seen Bivol land some good punches. I've never seen Canelo get rocked. Someone called in earlier and said they've never seen Canelo get rocked. Period. They need to go watch his earlier fights when he fought was it Cotto's brother? And yeah, Benavidez has been down before. When he got dropped, he looked up at him and laughed and smiled like, "Yeah, you got me, motherfucker." But I don't think he's hurt. I think he got caught off guard and he got back up and fought. But yeah, that's my take. I think David's a tougher fight because he's going to be coming at him nonstop. And Bivol's going to box him. It's going to be the same thing as last time. But that's my call, man.
Ronnie, appreciate it. I just wanna, I don't know, somebody in the chat. I don't even remember your name because it's, whatever. But someone's saying that I'm picking and choosing when someone is a weight bully. I've never in my life called someone a weight bully. If you make the weight, feel great. Chavez was ballooning up 22 pounds, and I never called him a weight bully. If you can make the weight,
Feel great.
feel great. You the one sacrificing. You the one cutting. You made that weight to have that advantage. That is your advantage because you sacrificed to make it. Like, you are a fucking hater. You don't really watch the show. You just want something to say. You lucky I ain't Danny and time you out. Kermit, what up? DC.
Hey, Nez. Hey, Danny.
Good morning. Good morning.
Man, I got to get better at watch scoring the fights, man. Because I thought it was a real close fight with Colbert, but I thought it might have been. See, I'm going by. I'm not. I don't know what I'm watching. Shit.
Nah, don't let us change your opinion. Look, everybody is entitled to their own opinion, and scoring is subjective. You might like aggression more than people like slickness or jabs. Like, you like what you like. That's why there's judges out there that score for that. Like Harold Letterman, rest in peace. He loved a Margarito style of fighter. So, he would love Benavidez. Benavidez wouldn't have lost any rounds in his opinion.
Well, I thought
Excuse me. Yeah,
Plant
Colbert,
yeah, no,
or no?
Benavidez wouldn't have lost any rounds in Harold's opinion.
but I thought Colbert did. You know, he was boxing the shit out of the guy for real. But I was going by the punch. You know, the bigger punch. You know, that kind of shit. But I thought, you know, Colbert he did what he had to do. But far as Benavidez and Plant, man, that to me, man, Benavidez went hunting from round one to me, and he was waiting for Plant to run out of gas like he always does, man. To me, in round eight, I think the fight took a turn. I don't know what happened, but something happened in round eight to me that turned the whole fight around, made things, you know, go down for Plant. And then he started really hugging the man. But and then I got mad at Kenny Bayless for that shit he was doing. Good gracious, man. That was pathetic, man. You know, how he let Caleb Plant kiss and hug the man for the last 3 or 4 rounds. But and as far as Canelo fighting either Bivol or Benavidez, I think Benavidez might be a better fight, but I think I can't. I think Canelo might be beating Benavidez. I think, man, you know. But you know what, y'all? A lot of shit happens behind the scenes that we don't know about, and then the fight night, we think we're going by what we see before, but fight night, man, is a big difference. It's a big difference on fight night, man. So thanks for taking my call, y'all.
All
Appreciate
right,
it,
champ.
champ. Thank
Appreciate
you.
you. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and help us get to our next goal of 1 million subscribers. Right now, we are at 166,399. So we do need one more just to get us to 304. I mean, to 400. But, you know, we really need about 600 more to get to our goal of 167,000 while continuing to get to 1 million subscribers. We're gonna keep the phone lines moving. We got Christian in Miami. What up?
Que lo que? How's it going, hermano?
Que lo que?
Yeah, that Chris Colbert fight, I had it either a draw or a one round by Colbert. I think that's like a couple callers said, and you say that, man. If Chris Colbert had a little bit more power, I think he would have stopped Rayo. There were certain times in the fight that he was backing up Rayo. I say like probably 3 times in the fight, and you can just tell by the jabs just eating him up. I gotta give props to Colbert for having heart, getting back up. It kind of reminded me of that fight like Tim Bradley and Ruslan Perakis. I was like, that fight. Everybody said Ruslan won the fight, but Bradley just outboxed him after those knockdowns in the first round. What do you think about that?
I'm with you 100%, bro.
And about the topic, Canelo and Benavidez. I mean, as a boxing fan, I would love to see Canelo and Benavidez. Those are two of my favorite fighters. It'll be a huge win for boxing fans, but I think Eddie Hearn's got plans with Canelo, whether he beats Bivol or not. You know, I probably see him fighting Berlanga next in New York, or maybe even go up to cruiserweight to fight Badu Jack. But I don't think Eddie Hearn is gonna let Canelo jump over to PBC and make so much money with them instead of the zone, especially with the zone hikes. Like, do you think he's got Canelo on log ever since they upped the
Well,
subscription cost? Because like,
Canelo got a what 2 fight contract he did with them, so he ain't got him on lock.
Yeah, and we've seen before he'll leave for the better offer as he did for the Caleb Plant Showtime pay-per-view opportunity.
Word.
got you.
And you
And
got to
then Danny,
remember, the last place he made 800,000 was with PBC.
with
Word.
Caleb Plant. Yeah. And then Danny, I wanted to ask you something since you were at the fight. You know, how was that feeling that you saw other fighters from other promotion companies show love to Benavidez and Plant? Like I heard Shakur was out there, Jared Anderson was out there. You know, what do you think that does for the sport?
No, I mean I think it's good for the sport to see big fighters show up to the big fights. You know, I think it was needed. And Nuss made a great point. Obviously, Devin lives in Vegas. Shakur and Jarrett, they're in camp in Vegas, so it was easier. But um, nonetheless, I think that it was this what the big fights is about, yo. Having the big people come out, show out. and I enjoyed it, man. It was great for the coverage and to get content, and it was great to see.
Yeah, hopefully we get Canelo and
Great for the
Benavidez, man. You
fans
boys
too,
be
y'all.
coming
I
for
want to
that
say
weekend.
great for the fans too, because at the end of the day, the fans got to meet all these great fighters. The Devin Haney's of the world, the Jamal Charlos of the world. Um, you get what I'm saying? DeMarcus Cousins came out to the fight. Steven Jackson was at the fight, so it was great.
That's dope. All right, fellas. Thanks for the call.
All right, brother.
Thank you. Q, this you?
Come on, man. Put me up there.
This Q and North?
Come on. Ah, this is Alex, man. What's up? What's up? What's poppin'? What's poppin'?
Oh, this one.
Mano. Mano, le felicito.
What's going on? What's going on, Alex?
What's up? What's up?
Talk to us, brother. First time calling in?
Yo, what's up? Yeah, it is, man. It is. From here, from North.
I
New
see.
Jersey. Look, I'm calling, man, for, I don't know. Everybody's saying that Benavidez is not ready for Canelo. But, man, Canelo don't got no footwork, man. What this problem for Benavidez is that footwork. Canelo's right there. It's gonna be right there in the pocket. He got the upper body movement, but he's gonna be right there in the pocket, man. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. But man, I got Benavidez in this one. I got Benavidez in this one. And am I right or I'm wrong? Is that footwork, man? That's what gave Benavidez problem with Plan, because Plan moves around a lot. Canelo don't do that. Canelo has that body, the upper body movement that he's gonna be doing, but he's going to be right there in the pocket, so it's going to be a little bit hard for him. That's why I give the edge to Benavidez. Another thing, I don't know why they be giving – I mean, I understand Tank is a beast, right? But, man, who has he fought? He's been fighting all these fighters from a lower weight class. Man, he's picking fighters that no-name fighters. We getting to know these guys once he fights them, like Barrios and all these other guys. But he's been picking 130 pounders. Leo Santa Cruz went up from 126 to 130 to fight him. I don't know. He haven't even challenged a champion since he fought
Leo Santa Cruz was a 130-pound champion when he fought him.
Was he 130?
Yeah, he fought him for Leo's belt.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. What?
But truth be told, Leo only had one fight at that division.
No, yeah.
Leo only had one fight. He moved up to win the belt. Then his next fight was Tank to lose the belt.
Yeah, it's like he's great and all, but challenge yourself, man. Challenge yourself. Now you got a little challenge with Ryan, and look at all the parts he's doing. It's a Mayweather tactic or whatever it is, man. That's Mayweather. Mayweather trained him, like mentally. You feel me?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I give him the props. He's tough and all that stuff. But fight, man. Fight some champions, bro. Don't stop picking these fighters. They're cherry picking, man. If you want to prove yourself that you're the best, fight the best. That's all I gotta say, man.
Let's
thank
go,
you
champ.
for picking up my call, man.
Appreciate it, Nork. Stand up, man. We appreciate
Brick
you rocking
City.
out with us. I got a couple callers. I see Oregon. I see Stockton. If you feel like I haven't gotten to you, it's because you haven't hit that number uno button. Number uno, Michigan. I see you. Hit the 1 button. Oregon. I see you. Hit the 1 button. There we go. What up? 734. Who's this?
Hello.
Champ. Who's this? 734.
Yeah. Sorry.
What's your name,
How
brother?
You doing, How you doing, Gib? My name's Nick. First time caller.
Nick.
Hey, I just wanted to let you guys. Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that I think Bivol is the harder match. But Benavidez, he disappointed me a little bit. I saw him get caught into a boxing match. He was missing the jab. I don't know where the jab was. He wouldn't let his punches go. He was getting fainted. Crazy. I expected a little bit more from him. I don't think Canelo's going to give him the shot. I don't think Canelo wants to pass the torch to another Mexican fighter. Canelo's picking his spots. He can lose to Bivol, especially since the fallout from the Bivol loss wasn't bad. Most people gave him a pass and said he was trying to be great. Let's not forget Berlanga. I feel like if you don't get Bivol, maybe Bivol wants to check the time card on Benavidez before he retires. So he might shoot for Bivol now, but he might trade Berlanga when the time comes. Benavidez, based on the boxing match he got trapped into, I hope he stays away from Andrade. Rayo, I think he eked it out, but I honestly don't care to see much from him because to me he looked a little gun shy. It was his fight to win, and he didn't pull the trigger. Old news, but that Shakur Frank Martin fight, that'll never happen because Top Rank, different sides of the street. But if they can't get Shakur or Keyshawn, I'd like to see him in there with De Los Santos. What happened to that guy?
Yeah, he been shelved after that win.
Right. They hit him like, oh crap, you weren't supposed to win. Let's get you out of the country or something. I don't know. I want to see him fight more. Put him in there with Frank Martin. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. I just don't think, Canelo, man, I don't watch the sport for the glory of any man. Canelo, I was watching boxing before Canelo. I'll watch boxing after Canelo. He's bad for the sport. He's good for the business of boxing, but he's bad for the sport of boxing. Same thing with Tank. I enjoy watching these guys, but honestly, I don't buy their pay-per-views because, you're not fighting the opponents we want you to fight. You're fighting people will sell. That's why I think he'll take Berlanga. That's why I think, even with the height draining or the weight draining on Ryan, he's picking that fight with all these advantages. And then I didn't hear the show, but he said that they raised the price of the pay-per-view. So that's a cash grab. Yeah, I don't know. I guess that's about it.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. Thanks for calling in.
Right,
we're going to keep these phone lines moving. Looks like we got ourselves a new caller in Oregon. Who's this?
Ness, Danny, this is Joe Ray in Portland.
Joe Ray, what it do?
What up, Portland?
Hey, man. Yeah, I was at the fight, and it was amazing. Great night. I see my boy Danny Blanco with all the drip. I see you, dog. Shout out.
Shout out
for sure. But Danny Blanco. Man, I keep hearing.
I thought I didn't think you was talking about me because there was a Daniel Blanca.
The fighter from Wisconsin was there because he was David's sparring partner.
Yeah, and he was on the card. He fought like after the main event, and when you said it at first, I thought that's who you was talking about. But go ahead, brother.
But I think his is with an S. It's Blancos.
Blanca, yeah, Blancos. Okay. Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Go ahead though.
Yeah. Well, everybody's talking about Canelo Benavidez. I see David's dad posting like these mock posters and these mock, advertisements for, and I mean it's cool, but it's like you're being too thirsty. It's like the fine girl in the club. Everybody's, coming up and it's too thirsty, and she just giving you the cold shoulder. You know what I mean? And I think that he just got to do his thing, man. The Mexican media, they know who he is now. They're gonna put pressure on Canelo, just like they did with Triple G. And David Benavidez got youth on his side right now. If Canelo wants to dodge and act like a diva, then that's on him, man. He only getting older, and David got the world, in front of him. So I think, with time it's gonna come. Canelo's gonna try to, like Eddie Hearn said, he's gonna try to go for the Bivol fight, but man, that's still, an iffy fight right there for Canelo. I mean, he's got to, he's got to show that he can really get up there and handle that. Because Bivol, I mean, he's just he's got the skills as a big man there, and I mean he's taken over the division. And Benavidez has said, hey man, Bivol wasn't no big deal for him. When they were sparring, and he's got his number, and he kind of insinuated that he's like he knows who I am. You know what I mean? He knows what happened. So, I think David, he just got to keep doing his thing, man, and not be too thirsty, because I think the pressure, the people are gonna put the pressure on, because every press conference, every interview, they're gonna be like, yo, what's up with Benavidez? You know what I mean? I think that's That's gonna eventually, have to happen. If we just keep moving forward. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Thanks.
All right,
But yeah,
brother.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you calling in. In the
Appreciate
two.
the call. Definitely don't agree that Tank or Canelo are bad for the sport, but we do appreciate the call. Who we
Word.
got, champ? Who we got?
We got Dewan. Oh shit. Jay Ortiz.
Yo, ¿qué pasó, Ness? ¿Qué
What up,
pasó,
Jay?
Danny? Yo, so on the topic, um, honestly, they're both hard fights in their own way. Um, uh, with Bivol, with Canelo, that's not, that is just not Canelo's weight, you know. He's just a small guy for 175. Plus, Bivol's got the height on him. Plus, he's naturally bigger. I mean, Canelo really has no business, in my opinion, to be at 175. Because if he beats Bivol, he's not gonna fight Bear. Hell no, he's not. So, I mean, yeah,
He
like I
want to
said, that's
fight
not his weight.
Usyk. He might as well fight Benavidez first.
Did you
People
say
call.
Canelo wants to fight Usyk?
That's what he said, and people also called in today specifically to say he could move up to cruiserweight and fight Badou Jack.
But he hasn't, right? Because I think Canelo knows, that's not his. I mean, there's weight classes for a
his
reason, right?
trainer wanted him to fight Makabu, who Badou Jack beat.
And they changed their minds, right? Then they fought. They changed their minds and went to fight Bivol.
I don't think it was a they thing. Canelo made it clear that was always Eddie and never him. So it's not that they changed their mind. It's more that Eddie couldn't convince Canelo.
Well, like I'm saying, well, yeah. Well, I think Canelo knows, there's weight classes for a reason. But I mean, and in terms of Benavidez fighting Canelo next, I don't know, man. Before this fight, I was wanting to see that fight. I wanted it to be next, but I don't know if David's ready. He's close for sure, but I feel like he should take another fight with another fighter that has a high IQ. Someone maybe like Morel. He has good boxing skills. Or maybe even that dude that beat Ustiketi the last fight. I don't know if you guys remember. He was on that Frank Martin undercard.
Oh yeah, Shishkin. Wasn't it Shishkin? Vladimir?
You're a Ukrainian guy, right? Something like
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I just feel like he needs to get that more because if you look at it, Benavidez is kind of fighting people that going forward, like brawlers, and obviously that's making him look good. So so I think he needs that high IQ boxer just to get him ready for Canelo, because Canelo does have an IQ, and I'm not a Canelo fan, but I do give him his props. He is a good boxer and everything, and I just think he needs that because Benavidez kind of been fast tracked, with throwing him in with just like people that obviously gonna make him look good, and that's also because no one wants to fight him too, but yeah, man, they're both hard in their own way.
Jay, that is the call. C Dub. True Road Tide. C Dub. Hawk, Maryland, what up? If you haven't already subscribed to the
Yo, can you?
YouTube channel, go ahead and do so. Hawk, I hear you. What up?
Yo, what's up, Ness TVV? Ring walk.
What up, champ?
What
Ain't too
do?
much, man. Y'all got a fine show. And that Chris Colbert situation, man, Ness, man. First of all, you got a Corvette, right, Ness? Quite sure you done had plenty dudes pull up beside you and take off fast, but you ease right back on around them. So all the dude did was take off fast with Colbert, but that
That
them
was a
stats
pretty
the dude
dope
called in.
analogy.
Yeah, of course. That those stats that the dude called in about. I saw those stats. What he didn't tell you was Chris Colbert's stats was 3 times as many jabs landed. Chris Colbert landed almost 3 times as many jabs on dude. 3 times. Yeah, he tripled the jab numbers on dude. So that's what it was. Chris outboxed him basically. But this Canelo, man, Canelo ain't got nowhere to go. First of all, he got to get past Ryder. While everybody, we going way ahead, but he got to get past Ryder. But as far as Benavidez ain't losing at 168, and Canelo ain't beating him. And at 175, Bivol ain't losing, and Canelo can't beat him. He can go either way. He gonna lose either way. I don't got to beat either one of those guys. Um, Bivol is just in another level far as boxing. The dude don't even be getting hit. I mean, he's another level, and I just don't see why. I can see why Canelo is not is going after Bivol first because I lost to Bivol, especially if he already lost to him anyway. He not trying to lose to at Mexican Monster and have a Mexican loss. I don't think so. And Canelo is getting older. Both of these guys, Bivol and David, are young. These guys, they're gonna meet up sooner or later anyway. They're young guys. I think Bivol ain't but like 28, 27. Hello?
Nah,
Nah, I don't know if he
nah,
that old.
nah, nah.
I mean,
He
that
ain't even
young.
That
that
young.
right.
No,
I think
no,
he
no,
that young.
no.
I don't think he
Yeah.
that young.
Oh,
Dimitri
he ain't
Bivol.
past 28. I don't think he passed
He
28.
32.
Bivol,
Dimitri Bivol.
Dimitri.
32. Okay.
Years
Bivol.
Okay.
old. Yes. Let me see. Do
Okay.
they
Well, he
have?
fight like he young. He got the best legs in the business. He move real good. I don't see
Yeah,
Canelo
his
beating.
birthday just passed. It's in December. He's a '90s baby.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then David, he got plenty of time to pick who he want to fight. I don't see Canelo beating David. But that's my call. Either way, he gonna lose either way. So he not gonna fight David because he not gonna lose to a dude from Mexico. He not gonna do that. I just don't got him ever fighting David.
Mm.
So that's my call.
All right.
All right, Hawk. Well, we appreciate you calling in. Let me see. C Dub, I ain't see you reconnect. Oh, okay. He came over Twitter. Let's see what happens over here. Let's see what happens. We hear you.
Yo, hot audio.
Straight.
Straight.
Straight, man. That's what's up, man. Shout out TBV. Smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself. Man, just been listening to the show, man. And it's be the craziest shit, man. Be the craziest shit be said, man. Somebody called in and said he never saw Canelo hurt before. That's a fanboy, if you ever heard one. Ever. He never saw Canelo hurt before, ever. Somebody called in and said Caleb Plant wasn't holding until the eighth round. I don't know. Caleb Plant started holding right out the round two. I mean, right out the round one, he was holding excessively. Excessively. He could have been either he could have been disqualified for excessively holding, or some points should have been taken away. Either or.
I agree.
But yeah, man. The question of the show, um, either you do Plant, is it worse or is it harder with David or Bivol? It's a trick question. You got to watch out for the sandbag. You got to watch out for the trick questions, man. It's like asking, do you want to get killed by a lion or do you want to get killed by wild dogs? Like, do you want to get killed by 10-2 by Bivol boxing your head off and you just getting outboxed for 10 rounds the whole fight? You lost every round, or do you want David to walk you down like you listening to Kodak? Walk, and he walk your ass down and stop you at round 8 or 9. Which one do you want? So you do got a better chance of beating David because he's going to be there, and you might catch him. You might catch him because he's coming to kill some. But it's still you might get stopped and embarrassed. So I think you'd rather get outboxed 10-2 again. That's what I think. You know, you'd rather get outboxed 10-2 than get slipped and shaking on the canvas or can't get up or don't. You know what I'm saying? I think you're right to do that. But yeah, man, I'm trying to see what Bivol gonna do or what B2B gonna do if David come up to 168. That's really because he's really supposed to be up there. Canelo's not supposed to be at 175. So we're just looking forward to him fighting David or Andrade or Charlo. I really don't want to see him fight Bivol. We know what's going to happen, man. But Canelo is great. pound for pound, number one, number two. If where you got him, shit, man, he can retire right now, and he'll be first ballot Hall of Fame. So shout out TBV. Smash that like button. It's free. Do something with yourself.
Mm. Shout out to C Dub. Appreciate you,
Appreciate
champ.
the call.
Yo, Danny.
What up, champ?
I think we got to
And
everybody.
it's good, bro, because I'm not gonna lie,
Wow.
my head is like all over the place. I'm like, fuck, I got 24 hours to do this,
If you had 24 hours to live, what would you do? Who would you call? Who would you screw?
And then I can't miss the gym today because I was told to report for a very special interview. So
Told the report. I got J. Dent. Ness, did you know Benavidez is 1/4 Dominican? His mom is half Ecuadorian, half Dominican. I seen my man Punch Drunk Boxing saying that before. I ain't know. I spent so much time with Benavidez Senior and with David that I ain't never heard that. Bobby Shaw, let me drop a bomb, Bobby. You've been blessing. Shout out, $5 super chat, but that is definitely like your third or fourth. And he said, Ness, this fucking guy, Betterbeeve, is ducking Bivol with fighting all these Mandos. Put the fire on Betterbeeve. You're good at exposing stuff. No? Canelo Bivol, please. No Canelo Bivol, please. Listen, you can't ever get mad at a dude for fighting his mandatories, bro. Like that's part of the game. You got to take those guys out to be clear for the big fight. And Danny seems to believe that they're waiting on big money, and that's why that fight is slowing, not truly going as fast
yes,
as
and
they
that was
thought.
based off reports that you guys can find. I believe that was Sports Illustrated. I just Googled Better Beef Bivol, and that's what came up. Article from a month ago on Sports Illustrated. There was an article on ESPN as well. Mike Coppinger put out back in January, 2 months ago. So you guys can go check those out. Google is your friend.
Jay, never taking an L. What up?
Yo, yo, yo. Good morning. Good morning, Ness. Good morning, Danny.
What's
Yo,
good?
and I just want to say this. I think Danny could attest to this a little bit, but don't you kind of get the feeling Canelo is kind of feeling like McGregor? You know, both on top of the sport at one time. You know, killing the game, and then now after all the fame and the success, all the money in the world, buying like super yachts and silk shirts and all this. Like, don't you kind of get that feeling from Canelo?
Nah,
That
not
McGregor effect?
nah, not at all, brother. And
Really?
and can I tell you why?
Why?
Yeah.
Can I tell you why?
Why?
Because unlike
McGregor.
Conor, Canelo's been winning. You get what I'm saying? Like when you talk about the shit get into their head, it's like Conor's lost 4 of his last 7 fights.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
So he feels like a loser.
He hasn't won a fight in over 3 years. Like,
But I'm saying, yeah, after like he really took over the sport. I would say like after the Jose Aldo fight, he's took. Yeah, I mean 4 L's. I guess.
I mean, after Jose Aldo is when he got put on the map. Yes, I agree with that. I had never seen him fight till after after what I saw him do to Aldo. That's when I tuned in. My first UFC fight was the fight after against Nate where he lost. I'm just saying I can't say the money has got to Canelo's head when he is still taking challenges, fights that he doesn't necessarily need to be taking. Like Bivol isn't a big commercial fight. He took that fight, lost, and he wants to avenge that loss. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's still hungry. He's still holding on to undisputed when he could have got it, let it go, and done whatever the fuck he wanted to do. Instead, he's holding on to that, knowing that there's fights that if he doesn't take, people are gonna shit on him. So I don't necessarily think it's the same thing.
No, I agree. I mean, I'm not shitting on
Another
Canelo
thing too is I think
he ain't done.
Yeah, no, I'm not because unlike Canelo, I think that Conor in his sport is bigger than. Like Conor is bigger than the UFC in my opinion. Canelo is not bigger than boxing.
That's 100%. Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? So
he's out here buying yachts. He literally just bought a yacht. I think like a week ago,
Yeah,
Canelo. And
Damn.
when
Not
you're out
long.
here buying all these crazy shit,
brother,
like
I
that
don't
kind
give
of
a fuck. Shout out to them. I want a fucking yacht. You get what I'm saying?
I
But
feel
look, man, I hear I hear why, you might
it
feel
kind
that
of gives
way.
you a hint that they might be unmotivated, right? Like
Or they just
when
really fucking rich. Look, man, they
oh,
enjoying the fruits of their labor. They
that's
enjoying the
true.
fruits of their labor, and I'm gonna use a quick example, because I feel like I
You sure
can.
you're gonna be quick? Cause I feel like
Yeah.
you took his whole call.
Nah, look,
All
people
good, all
enjoying.
good.
Nah, look, I'm gonna give you a good example. And I have a genuine friendship with Devin. Yo, Devin, people see him on social media, and they bring up the flash. They bring up the materialistic things. He, you know how many times I've asked to do an interview in a G wagon or the Rolls Royce? He refuses because he's like, I don't want people to think that that's me. You get what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
he worked hard to get to it. Yo, if people want the nice cars, the yachts and the planes and the jewelry, I feel like if you worked for that, you deserve that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You
yep,
deserve
yep.
that. I can't tell the next man. I can't tell the next man he don't deserve that yacht, that very beautiful yacht. That bro, I've never in my life been on a yacht. I'm 26 years old.
Damn.
I'm with you. I'm with
You know what
you.
I'm saying? It's like they
Damn.
deserve that shit. You know how many kids from Ireland, from the slums, or you know what I'm saying? How many kids from Guadalajara, from Jalisco, from the impoverished streets, unpaved dirt streets of Mexico, Canelo has inspired with that yacht now?
Oh hell yeah! And I mean, especially with them tickets that he's giving out to his fights. I mean, I'm with you. I just feel like I kind of get that sense that he might be a little unmotivated, which I don't want for him. But
Yeah,
um,
I don't get that sense. He keeps taking challenges. He keeps
Danny could see no wrong in Canelo. Y'all know that.
No, I'm just saying, bro. Like he brought up Conor. Not just has he not won in the last 3 years, but he's only had two fights in the last 3 years, both of which have been losses and gruesome injuries. Something that Canelo, like even in his loss, like you got to think about this. Conor McGregor got a fucking diamond chain made out of one of his losses. He lost so bad and was so hurt that there was a diamond chain made out of that loss.
I mean, shout out to Jake.
No, no, no. I hear you, but like, what diamond chain can you make of Canelo losing to Bivol? You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. It's
You
not the
can't.
same. He's still hungry. He's still fighting top guys and not losing on that level.
I mean,
and-
it's an
let me
argument about top guy statement, but I hear you.
could
He's
I say
fighting
one
world
more thing?
champions.
Yes.
Fight, and you ain't winning though. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, he's only lost to one versus, you get what I'm saying? Okay, cool. The
That's the
last two,
champ. That's the champ that he fought. That's the last champ he fought.
Can I end on one more thing, Danny? Let me ask you
current
this:
champ,
Are
yes. Go ahead.
you one of those guys that are intrigued in a Bivol 2 rematch?
Yeah, he want to see if
Uh,
Canelo could get his get back.
I am,
Because
but listen to me. I am,
But
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 I will make it clear. I don't need to have that next. Do I believe it'll happen next? Yes, I do. But I don't need it next.
do
But
you?
yo, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't a Canelo fan, brother. I used to walk around middle school with a picture of Canelo on my binder. This before he even fought Floyd, before he even fought Trout. Like, yes, there was a point in time my family was trying to see if we was fucking related. You know what I'm saying? That being said, I do want it. I want him to avenge that loss. I want to see, was it a off night? Did he have to go back to the drawing board, or does Bivol just have his number and is Bivol just a better man? But I don't need it next. But I do want that fight.
right, right. No, I mean, and I'm with you, man. Like I'm a Canelo fan as well. I go to been to his fights, buy his merch and all that. But I was just on here the other day saying I actually do. I'd much rather see Bivol 2 than Benavidez. After this Ryder fight because he's been in the gym at his gym. Training with like 50 and the Kazakh, Russian fighters, and I would just think it'd be interesting to see how he would look. Especially training with those guys. I feel like it'd be a much better outcome. But yeah, that's my call, man. I appreciate you.
Pre-
You all.
Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call and appreciate you being a caller willing to listen and hear our points out. Cause sometimes y'all call in and y'all just want to yell and argue with us, and then you know, that's like Nestor's favorite hobby is yelling. Y'all thought it was playing chess. I did too. It's actually yelling at callers. That's his favorite hobby. So thank you for calling in and being, a listener. We appreciate you. $10 super chat from Tevis Smith, who says, "Yeah, like Canelo made that money and is supposed to live in a studio apartment."
Info Joe, what do you know?
What up, champ? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What up, Danny? What up, Ness?
Good
Danny,
morning, sir.
You looked at mighty playerific Saturday, man.
Oh man, I appreciate it, brother. I really do. Thank you very much, man. Shout out
Yes,
to
sir.
Deontay Wilder. That was a Deontay Wilder inspired outfit. I'm very big on Frank Lucas as well. So shout out to Frank Lucas. But Deontay Wilder wore that exact, not like exact coat, but that same. I bought it from the same people he got it from. Shout out to Jordan Craig. And he wore that to the Wild Ortiz 2 fighter arrivals, and I was
Shirtless though.
Shirtless, yeah, shirtless. He
You
wore
gotta
it
get in the
shirtless.
gym, bro.
Yeah, he wore it shirtless. I'm also not 6'7", brother.
Don't matter.
He wore it shirtless.
You got the bid to make up the height.
I then went and purchased the coat, and I've only wore it once before Saturday night. I actually had a different outfit, and it was too cold. I'm like, fuck it. I'm coming with the Minky Mink peacoat. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, you was clean and mean. On to the topic real fast, man. I think Bivol will be the much harder fight. He's polished, more of a complete fighter. I look at Benavidez and Canelo as a 50-50 fight. I don't know why everybody think like he's just going to run through Canelo like that. I see a lot of gaps in his game. He is a good fighter. I would like to see the fight, but I don't believe that's going to be happening next. So I would like to see Benavidez, Andrade, or Charlo for Benavidez. Let's see what happens when Canelo gets through Ryder and see if he's going for that Bivol fight. But I think Bivol got his number. Far as the Pick'em League, we need more people to join so we can get the pot bigger. We got like about 15 fights, I believe. They got the rules and the bet call. It's more, for me personally, it's not even the pot, man. It's just bragging rights. Because you're going against other hardcore boxing fans that talk boxing at least 8 hours a day. So you're gonna have to get your game right and tight if you are going to join. BoxRec is not gonna save you. So if you got a great boxing mind, you're a hardcore fan, it's something you might be interested in. I think you should join. That's all I got, my brothers. Everybody have a blessed, no stress day. Hit them thumbs up, subscribe. TBB doing pound for pound work always. Peace, gentlemen.
Peace, brother.
All
Peace.
right.
We appreciate you calling in. Jaime Nieto, $5 super chat says, "Yo, guys, trying to call in, but phone number won't let me through."
Yeah, we only get 3 hours of live time, 1 hour of on-demand time on the phone number, but you can use Discord or Twitter Spaces, which are still active. Okay, he's gone. Nes GTO, Instagram and Twitter.
Bring Vogue Danny, Instagram and Twitter. We are the Boxing Voice, and we are coming to motherfucking London. We'll be there in 48 hours.
London. But
actually less.
We'll be back in 2
hours and 18 minutes, 12 p.m. Pacific.
What are we talking?
3 p.m. Eastern.
We talking Devin Haney, Lomachenko, and some breaking news. We've gotten information that there may be a press conference in L.A.
Thursday.
So we'll be discussing that.
Shout out to Premier Boxing Champions in the chat. Y'all threw a phenomenal event this past weekend.
What's up, PBC?
I was in the building.
He was in the building.
I was in the building enjoying myself.
I covered it live on the show.
Live in studio. Shout out to Hardin for hosting us. Shout out to Bo who accompanied me to the fight. We had the coverage, live on the ground, and it was a great event. I was telling everybody how
all the stars came out.
All the stars came out. PBC had all the fighters from different promotions, and big names was in the building.
Yeah, shout out to those fighters from different promotions that, didn't allow their promotion to restrict them from coming to the fight and, going to see a good fight and just keeping it boxing, man. No gangbanging on the sport. Bro,
April 22nd, another big one. Catch us on the next one. TBV, the Boxing Voice. Arrivederci.
Peace.